You got a home invasion story?
You want to go there?
Yeah, I love those.
I got Scorch TV ready to roll.
Oh, fuck. All right.
Let's hear those.
We can do home invasion any day, but we got Scorch TV.
That's a home invasion, too. If you have his channel on, you feel invaded.
We got what's the setup, man? Because we do have a lot of.
Hopefully
we have a lot of new people checking us out this week. I guess there's some kind of free preview going on.
Yeah,
I don't know about this. When did that start?
It started on technically Sunday. It lasts for this week and next week.
Yeah.
Wow, really?
And all the series.
So we should be
stuff.
doing like some special things.
Well,
to try to hook these people in.
We got the weekends special. We're
No one
going out.
listens.
I think our brilliant talent just
That's true.
carries it just carries.
But this weekend is the worst of the satellite years.
Oh.
Instead of the worst of the week countdown.
Great.
It's gonna be good.
Anyway, Scorch is we worked with Scorch back in the oldie days.
This girl with a suitcase is trying to get our attention. Who is she?
She's a friend of mine, Tamara. She was waving to me.
Oh, what does she do?
She's a lawyer. She's
a tall drink of water.
Yeah,
but what is she doing here with her luggage?
She's doing radio. She does Red Eye and she does radio. She's a lawyer in Chicago and she does a lot of radio.
Did we have her in here?
No. But she's a friend of mine, so she was just texting me and she's saying goodbye.
That's
nice.
fine. I saw her waving at everybody as she came through with her luggage, and now she's leaving with her luggage. All right.
Yeah, Scorch, we worked with him at WAAF when first hooked up in the radio biz. And Scorch worked there also. Well, we went on our merry way. And
he never did.
And had a pretty prosperous, pretty nice career going for ourselves. Knock wood, continues.
And he's been stuck in neutral ever since.
Yeah, and Scorch went nowhere.
Absolutely. Well, he went somewhere. One shitty market to the next shitty market.
Next. And apparently now what he's doing is producing and starring in his own TV show.
God damn, we don't have our own TV show.
No, we don't.
When you think about it this way, you guys went from Boston to New York, and you're still stuck here in New York.
Excuse me, we went from Boston to New York, and then from New York to nationwide.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sam.
Well, that
We're all over.
I was going to credit Scorch for going from Boston to Syracuse to Vegas.
Manch Vegas.
Is he still calling it Manch Vegas?
Yeah, that's what the locals call it.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
And
Vegas.
what's their slogan in Manchester? New Hampshire?
I don't remember.
It should be "We suck."
Well, they're playing off the whole of what happens in Manch Vegas. Manch Vegas stays in Manch Vegas.
Well,
what happens in Manchester nobody hears about.
Yeah, no one cares. So Scorch
the
has
home of herpes sores.
Scorch has a TV show.
Yeah.
But it's what he does is
Whoa. He
Yes,
started
yes.
on public access.
Yes,
which
it started
which
on
is
public
kind of
access.
important to
What's the name of the
about to
program?
say.
It's called PFG-TV.
What does PFG
stands for?
Pretty effing good.
And the effing is a bad
It's a
word.
very bad word. You can't say it on TV.
That means pretty good.
Thank God for the beep.
And
Yes.
the lip sync.
Yes.
But he
Pretty
started.
fucking good.
See?
He started on like public access, doing it out of like a bar. Mm-hmm. He's moved on since we last visited him.
Wow.
He's trying to do like a late night talk show.
So this is taken off, I guess.
It's taken off in a major way. What he does now is he solicits people to be quote unquote sponsors.
Yeah.
And then he uses that money to buy time on the My Network in New Hampshire.
So what he's doing is
An
an infomercial.
Yes, the show starts with, the following program has been paid for by private sponsors. They do not reflect
the views of Scorch.
Yes. So what it is like an ad for Dick Cream or anything that you'd see late at night.
After the director. Sorry, Ryan. Just joking. I think it was pointing at Brian. That's Brian.
That's Scorch.
We're just looking at the Scorch.
Wait, he's wearing a white suit. He's dressed like Pablo Escobar before he got shot. And he's at a podium. What's he doing?
That's the show.
That's his desk.
Oh, so he's sitting. I'm sorry, it's a desk.
Sitting
Yeah,
with a
it's a
laptop. Now,
What he does is like he gets sponsors. Like one sponsor was this clothing company, and he ended the plug with their clothes are finally going to be going on sale. They should be this week. So it's sponsors like that he obviously just goes up to them and he's able to talk to them as if he's a real show, and they take him seriously because they're as much of a joke as he is. And then they give him money, and he puts it in his pocket, and he doesn't pay anyone.
Of course, why would he?
No.
Now, I see him at a desk that looks like it just is a desk from someone's garage sale or a garage.
Well, he's since moved on from the desk. I guess he thought it did look, and now he uses a side table.
Oh, a side table, and then he's got a couch where his guests sit.
That has to have a lot of jizz on it.
And Nick, his guy on the couch.
Yeah, it's like a sidekick.
Yeah.
It's set up like like a talk show on real television, except it looks nothing like it.
No, yeah, it's obviously.
It's a very cheesy version.
He's got a Toshiba laptop, and instead of doing the smart thing where he sticks the PFG-TV sticker over the logo on the laptop, so it's as if it's a custom laptop, he sticks it above the logo, so you see both logos.
Of course he does.
I bet you he got Toshiba to give him money or something. He probably said,
that's true.
Am I having a seizure?
No.
Are you seeing him like jump around the screen? What kind of fucking editing is he doing?
Oh, it's not. I mean,
it's not good.
I thought he was having
editing.
a seizure. All of a sudden, he was like standing up, and then he popped it, and now he's sitting back down.
Can we hear something?
happening?
Can we start the show? We got to hear something. I
Andy,
can't
New
not hear
Hampshire.
this.
Andy.
I know. I want to hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Scorch, man. I'm following after Howard. He does the whole thing, like the snap the lads and everything like that. It's corny. It sucks. And he does this other thing, the pause for the cause.
Yeah.
He sticks himself in the cage. I think he tries to assault him once.
Oh, we did the pause in the cause thing.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's
We
why
were trying to get one of our fans to throw mustard or something.
Well, no,
on
it worked. That's why he doesn't call on the show anymore, because
What, someone's
very
one of our
upset.
fans threw yellow paint
Oh, yeah,
all
yellow
over
paint.
him.
Oh, they did?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Was he mad?
He was very
he was
upset.
very
I don't
bad.
think I'm any good, though.
So like,
All right, Sam's got better audio than
Yeah,
that.
because
Okay.
I now have a source in Manch Vegas who is sending me his show on a weekly basis.
Manch
Does
Vegas.
he hate this? Does he hate us?
He doesn't. No, he still has a lot of love for the Opie and Anthony show, but he probably won't come on the air because he knows that you guys will harm him.
Holy shit, his YouTube clip has 33 views so far.
Are you
Holy
kidding me?
fuck, that's good.
It's because there's so many television viewers that they're like, I've seen this on TV.
That's true. Why look at it on
Who's a
YouTube?
huge fan of Scorch?
Yes, I do.
Colin Quinn can't get
Oh,
enough
yeah,
of
yeah.
Scorch and his TV show. Everything that has to do with Scorch,
loves
Colin
him.
loves. So, all right, Sam cut up one of the shows. Scorch starts the show. It's the first day of spring, and Nick on the couch will be hitting Nick on the coach, or you
Couch.
meant to say couch?
Yeah,
Okay,
strong.
Nick on the couch will be hitting the streets soon.
Ah.
It's Scorch and PFG-TV.
Did you pause for 1 second?
Yeah, exactly.
This already stinks.
Who's applauding?
Well, he has an in-studio audience, the crowd, he calls it, of approximately 10 to 11 people.
Where is the studio, by the way?
I believe the studio looks still to be a public access studio. And then he records it at the public access studio, says that it's live,
And gives it to my
and then gives it to My Nine and pays for the slot. That would be the truth.
Okay.
And the audience obviously can't, because he has like a local band on. The audience is obviously friends of the band.
Oh,
with
I see.
no interest in what he's doing.
And what he's at, well, of course.
Okay.
Before we do anything else, first of all, you can continue clapping. I like that, you know. Jesus, reminded. Today, this show here, ladies and gentlemen, is the first day of spring of 2010. Yeah! Winter, you can kiss my ass, baby. You know what I mean? You all know Nick Carter.
Terrible edit.
Know what I mean? Know what I mean? And then it just stops.
You don't like it, Jimmy?
No, you're getting people riled up telling old man Winter to kiss your ass.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
Stupid.
man. Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? You all know Nick Carpinelli, right? Everybody say hi.
Who knows him?
I
Everybody.
don't know
Who's everybody?
Nick Carpinelli.
What's funny is Nick Carpinelli, he works in New Hampshire, and apparently he started in Boston as Scorch's intern. So Scorch likes to make a big deal that this is one of his intern success stories because he's doing middays in New Hampshire.
Wow.
Where Scorch is doing afternoons.
Well,
That's pretty
big,
impressive.
Yeah.
You all know Nick Carpinelli, right? Everybody say hi, Nick. Hi, Nick.
everybody.
What's up? Nick is our man on the couch, our beloved man on the couch, and soon enough we're going to be doing something.
We're going to be featuring Man on the Couch.
We're going to be doing that Man on the Couch segment soon enough. If you're watching at home and you would like Nick to bring the portable couch to your town, email us, and Nick will be doing the Man on the Couch street thing.
There are many things we can do on the couch.
There are a lot of things you can do on the couch.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And some of them we can actually show on the TV show.
Some of them we can't, but we're still up for that.
Some of them will be on YouTube or YouPorn or one of the other things, you know what I mean? So
we'll work that out later.
These guys have no clue that they suck at dick. That's the beauty of this show.
What rapport?
This is what makes Scorch better than any person that's ever existed.
Yes.
That
He has no clue.
as much as he just bullshits
this
and
is.
lies and he thinks like he's the definition of delusions of grandeur.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
he
yeah,
believes
yeah.
every bit of bullshit that he says.
Oh, yeah.
he thinks he's
this
awesome.
He thinks this is huge.
The
I mean, he
audience
would-
is standing.
Do you think?
He would
Yeah.
tell me in Syracuse that when he was on afternoons on K-Rock, he used to go to the mall and he had to stop going because people from the second tier in the mall would be leaning over the rail and yelling, "Scorch, Scorch."
Were they really?
I mean, he was
Yeah.
recognized once while I was in Syracuse working with him. And he had this line that he always gave at restaurants or anytime anybody asked him. The girl comes up to him and goes, "Hey, aren't you?" Because his voice is distinctive, and
Of
she goes,
course, yeah.
"Hey, aren't you on the radio?" And he goes, "No, I'm sitting right here."
That was his line.
And he did it every time. Of course, that was followed up by the girl saying, "Yeah, you're on K-Rock, right?" And Scorch had to say, "No, that I used to be, but now I'm on."
You think?
No, man, PFG,
Rock 105.
PFG-TV.
You think he believes that no one is saying hi to him in public because he's so famous? They just want to leave him alone.
So,
Yeah,
like, he's the
yeah.
type, like, people, like, kind of just look at him when he walks in. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he knows who I am.
All right,
He looked
let's-
at me.
Don't go up to him. He's eating.
Let's move on with PFG-TV, our old friend Scorch. Scorch starts his weird news segment.
Yes. Weird news is one of his go-to bits.
And-
like douche or dressing.
And Sam, the sarcastic son of a bitch, writes, in which he reads news stories and gives no punchlines.
He just
Great.
reads the story.
before we do that, though, why don't we get into our segment that we call Weird News, shall we? Weird News, Vail, Colorado.
What the fuck?
Was that supposed to be like weird science?
Yes.
Was he ripping off Paul Schaefer there?
He uses all his radio drops on the show. Like, half of the drops he uses on this show, he was doing in Syracuse on the radio.
All right,
This is what's awful about this show. Besides the fact that he has an office chair, he has a fucking desk. It looks like something that your grandmother has in the beginning of her apartment to
Yeah,
put a
yeah.
Hummel on.
Yeah, like right by the front
right.
door of her apartment.
Very
you'd
good,
you'd
yes.
put this against the wall
with a doily.
and put Hummels and a doily. Yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible. His desk is terrible.
Mark from New Hampshire. We got all the Scorch fans
Vegas?
checking in. Mensch Vegas checking in. Yes, Mark. Yes, Mark.
Boys, happy birthday.
Douche
North.
dressing.
All right.
This guy is such a hack. His editing is terrible on the PFG.
Yeah,
And
there
then
you
you go to his radio show and you get his brain cell stimulator. He makes it sound like he has a screener, but he doesn't have the screener. He records it on the commercial break, introduces their name,
Yeah.
and then half the time they pick up the call and he's already saying hello to him, like he doesn't know who it is. He's a hack.
Wait, what's brain cell?
Brain cell stimulator. He's been doing it for years.
Yeah.
It's his go-to bit. All it is a trivia question, and he just asks it. He goes, a study says that guys think about this 90% of the time. So you think it's sex, but it's actually food or something like that.
Oh my god.
And then it plays
So
the music,
bad.
or he goes to commercials, and he answers the phones himself.
Yeah.
And then he comes back, he records the calls, and he goes, all right, Sam, pick up line 3. And then he plays the recording, so it sounds like Sam the intern is picking up line 3.
picking up
for
line
him.
3, and then a lot of times he just blows it by.
And he won't remember where he started the recording. So like he'll go, Sam, pick up line 3. And then
You
the
boys are
recording will
brilliant.
say, all right, Sam, and then the recording will say it again.
Fucking Scorch rules.
Do you think he has a good show?
I love Scorch's. He also does the because he doesn't have a screener, so he asks the caller what their name is, and then he'll introduce them by name when he comes back, as if there was a screener. Which, to his credit, he said that you two invented
What was it? What did we invent?
giving the name before you pick up the call, Opie and Anthony first.
Oh, wow. A little credit from Scorch.
Thank you.
But you
Scorch.
took feels for meals from him.
Please tell everyone you don't know us.
Please. He always tells people it's a give and take.
What a
you
terrible.
guys take his bits and he takes.
You hear this, Jimmy?
It's a give and take.
Sam
What?
told us that years ago. That Scorch goes that we've been just trading bits over the years.
He
with
tells
each
people-
other. Oh my God! Don't do this, Scorch.
Instead of telling people that you took doucher dressing, his bit, and goofed on it,
we did it as a goof.
he tells people that you took the bit.
Yeah.
That you do.
They took doucher dressing.
I'm proud to say that Opie and Anthony do douche and dressing. You know, we trade bits.
All right, Scorch, try this bit.
When we were in Syracuse and he was moving to New Hampshire, he told me 3 months before he was moving to New Hampshire that he was going there. It was done. He knew in 3 months I'm moving. I was a free intern and I was coming back to New York anyway. His sidekick that was counting on him to make a living, he told him the night before their last show, oh, by the way, Friday, that's our last show. I'm moving to New Hampshire on Monday.
Thanks. Why did he tell him last minute? He didn't want to take him, or why did he do that?
Well, he wasn't taking him.
They probably didn't have a budget to bring Scorch's guys.
I mean,
not.
they paid Scorch bare bones, so they weren't taking his sidekick to New Hampshire, and he didn't want to. Instead, he told his sidekick while he knew that he was going to New Hampshire that he was sending out their tapes and not to worry about anything.
I would listen to Scorch.
Think he was sending their tapes out?
Not one person.
I would listen to Scorch every fucking day.
Who isn't?
And now he's going to play this audio. See? Anthony loved me.
Yeah,
I've gone home and listen. He's streaming.
Right.
So if you're bored in the afternoons, you got to just turn him on for 15 minutes.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
great.
Catch a little Scorch.
Let's do the weird news thing without the punchlines.
Weird news. Vail, Colorado, neighbors noticing an unusual amount of traffic going in and out of Charles Guadalupe's house.
Well, it was Charles specializing in.
Charles was specializing in, actually, it's funny, he has no love for the last welcome mat on his house. Says, don't come back without a warrant. They came back with a warrant, and he got busted for cocaine distribution. Stupid bastard.
A guy got busted in Colorado?
That's weird.
What the fuck is weird about that?
more funny.
That's not weird
This
news.
is going great.
It's like, you know how Leno does headlines?
Yeah.
This is like that.
But Leno pumps it up with a little punchline.
And there's a punchline and there's something like
Brings
weird,
it all together.
ironic, quirky about the story.
I actually think
double entendre, something.
Leno saw Scorch do weird news and stole it and started doing headlines.
Yeah.
Scorch and his sidekick.
This is
amazing.
PFG-TV, the podcast.
It's like Tippy Tom.
I've never heard two people with worse chemistry.
Yeah. There's nothing there between these two.
Terrible.
There's
Man
a
on
track
the
on here
couch.
later
Man on
that
the couch.
really...
Well, why don't we try this one? Scorch tells an interesting story with a killer punchline.
This is part
and
of the
I would
weird news
assume that the
segment. Yeah.
punchline is not a punchline or killer.
I mean, it's a pretty good joke.
Interesting story, and this is a true thing. This past weekend, I hosted, I'm a ring announcer for mixed martial arts, MMA. This kid the other day,
Oh, yeah.
26 seconds into the fight, the ring girl stood next to me like, he's running away. And I'm too busy looking at the ring girls. I wasn't looking at the fight. 26 seconds into it, this kid ran out of the ring. I've never seen anything like that before in my life. The kid ran, and this is on my mom's life, true story. 26 seconds in, the ref said, we're going to call it ref stoppage. It's really called something like afraid to fight or fear of the fight. But the referee didn't want to embarrass the kid. And I think in this situation, MMA must have stood for move my ass. Because this kid was like, wow.
Holy shit. I know.
And you have to...
I was
Keep fucking that chicken.
Holy shit.
That's funny. I'm funny.
That... he had to keep reiterating that it was a true story.
Well, the awkwardness of the
can't
whole
believe
thing
this.
is that, like we said, there's like 11, 12 people sitting in the studio audience.
Yeah.
So there's deafening silence. He can see every face.
Yeah.
Just looking at him and just staring and not laughing.
And he must have seen people looking like, are you kidding? You ran out of the ring, so he had to go, true story, on my mother's life.
Yeah, somebody was pointing at him going, no, that's got to be a lie. That can't be true.
I was only joking.
Wow.
That story is not interesting on any level.
None level.
It's called fear of fighting. It's the
And MMA stands for what?
Move my ass.
Move my ass.
Move my
You know what I
ass.
mean?
You know what I mean?
Okay, terrific.
Does he think of these things at all before he says them?
Yes. He writes.
Nothing.
He's a great writer, Jimmy.
He writes.
Oh, shit, he's going to
ass.
use that sound clip now, too.
He used to try out lines on me on his sidekick and then do them on the air.
Please tell
even
me
though
you-
we'd tell him.
Please tell me you fake laughed.
I always
All
did.
right,
His
good.
sidekick would get so pissed off because he'd be like, Scorch, that's terrible. And I would every single time go, actually, dude, that's kind of funny. The listeners are going to like that one.
Would you think it was funny?
I love it.
You thought it was terrible?
It was always awful. And his sidekick would be looking at me like, you're fucking me here, man.
That's great.
Because Scorch would believe you?
And he would believe me, and he would do it with such gusto on the air.
Would it get a laugh?
Never.
Well, we move on, Anthony, with
Yeah.
Scorch ending weird news with some trouble from the crowd.
What?
Yeah, like,
Does he have to handle hecklers or something?
no, I think he just, this is early in the show, and he's already getting a little frustrated that, the crowd's not going with him on everything.
Yeah,
They're all
huh?
checking their iPhones.
Yeah, waiting for the band to come on.
Texting, yeah.
Texting.
And finally, if you're going to go to a Kmart to get supplies for your meth lab, there's two things. A, don't shoplift. And B, leave the meth lab at home. This guy, Justin Hill of...
Well,
Wait a
when
minute.
you bring the meth
Wait,
lab, you
what?
What is
can't
that
just move a
fucking-
meth lab around.
But he goes, if you're going to get supplies for your meth lab at Kmart, A, don't shoplift. B, leave your meth lab at home.
So where do you think this story's going?
I have no idea, but probably nowhere. That's what I would
That's your
think.
guess.
Nowhere.
Yeah.
This guy, Justin Hill of Warsaw, Indiana, originally just charged with shoplifting, but he's not that bright. So he says, he told the cops, okay, my ID is in my van, can I go get it? No problem. The cops went over to him, went over to the van with the dude. Of course, his van doubles as his meth lab. His van doubles as his meth lab, everybody. Well, this is like the toughest big crowd I've ever seen.
This is the biggest crowd, yet the toughest.
The toughest.
crowd.
So
Where were you expecting a laugh?
Yeah, what was...
This is
You gave away the punchline, asshole.
Scorch is reading the news stories without writing a punchline, and just figured at the end of the news story is where everybody would just get.
Now, yeah, you go. Now, really, let me think about this.
This is infuriating.
You sit there, you're telling a story, you go, so the guy said, my license is in the truck.
Yeah.
So they went over there, and they opened up the door, and the guy had a meth lab in the back of his truck.
Period.
And now he's expecting, like,
What?
applause and like, woo! And when he didn't get it, he was upset.
He said meth lab home and
Yeah, leave the meth lab at home. So he already
started the story with the
happening.
punchline.
This is what he did. He goes, there's a couple of Jews and they're bar owners, and they walk into a bar and they're the owners of that establishment.
Right.
That's tough crowd.
The best part is he says this is our biggest crowd. I wouldn't brag about that because opening the show, it sounds like 10, 11 people.
When you just hear
that's accurate.
individual claps.
Right, you don't want to acknowledge that you have a big crowd.
You can hear the one person chuckling.
Right.
That means it's not a big crowd.
Right.
crowd I've ever
This is,
seen.
this is the biggest crowd, yet the toughest.
The toughest.
crowd.
So he's facing 20 years for manufacturing and another 5 years for just being dumb. And that is weird news for today.
By the way, the weird news bed.
Holy shit.
I can guarantee you it came from a prep burger service. It's not an original.
Oh, yeah.
You don't think it's original?
Prep burger?
It came from Prep Burger. It came from a Morning Jock prep page.
Well, guys, we're listening to Scorch's PFG-TV show, and in this next clip, Scorch brags about all his viewers.
This is my favorite clip of the entire show.
Oh, wow.
really?
Okay.
This.
So we should have saved it for last.
No, I mean, I put them in order of the way they broadcast for integrity.
Okay.
But
Integrity and these clips. Stop.
this clip, this is Scorch. This is the true.
All right.
This is what Scorch is.
defines
This is
Scorch.
him.
This defines him.
Absolutely.
Better. Welcome back to Scorch's PFG-TV, everybody. Live on my network television in 26 gazillion homes.
It's not live.
And by the way, just so you know, we've reached our 90th city, coast to coast on cable as well. So welcome to city number 90. You know who you are. And welcome to the London, England folks as well.
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to be
they've been
kind
on
of cool.
board since, what, about 6 or 8 months ago?
Yeah, London jumped on board a little while ago. So the show is definitely worldwide.
Hold on.
Oh, my.
Wait,
Hold on.
You don't say.
Hold on.
You know who you are. You mention the
90th
city.
Hold on, I got it.
Why would they know?
You're a liar! Goddamn liar!
Shenanigans! Shenanigans!
It's not network TV.
No, it's paid on one station.
See, he doesn't have 90 cities. He has one city.
One city, and
One
it's
city.
Manchester, New Hampshire, and it's not London, England either.
He has 0.09 cities. He has actually less than one. He has a suburb.
So we got England on board about 6 months ago. Was it about 6 months ago?
You know why? Because he got a call from one guy who went, "I like your show." And he went, "Oh, it must be we're over in
England's on
London."
board.
But this is what he used to do. When Kevin Straley was working with XM, he would tell Paulie and me, Paulie his sidekick, that he had these long conversations with Kevin. They came from the same hometown. He made up details of the conversations that he had, and every 3 months he told us
The same
that 3
story.
months later he would be broadcasting on XM.
Yeah.
Always he would tell us that. In August he said it would be Christmas. In Christmas he said they're holding off till March.
So
in March he said summer.
He comes off like a compulsive liar.
Just lies.
He really does come off like a compulsive liar.
He invents in his head what he would like to happen and where he would like to be,
Yeah.
and then he pretends it's reality.
So PFG-TV is on in 90 cities
And London.
and London.
The sad part is, when we were working with Scorch at AF, they got rid of him to bring in Rocco.
Yeah.
I want to listen to Scorch over Rocco.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they wanted, what, hamburgers, and he was pizza?
He was pizza.
Yeah.
So that famous fucking douche line from the dumb PD who's doing nothing.
We want people have a flavor for hamburger, and you're garbage.
You're a garbage plate from the Tahoes.
What he's banking on is the fact a national show like this one won't expose anyone to PFG-TV, because people listening to this all over the country,
All over.
since nobody has seen the show, obviously he can't be in 90 cities, because there would have been 1 out of 90 that would have known that this show was on in their city.
Right.
At least.
All right, well, it's pretty obvious.
It's amazing.
That was a bunch. That was a very
It's just a lie.
douchey clip right there.
Wow.
I say douche.
Douche or liar.
Douche or dressing?
Douche or liar.
I say that was a douche. Scorch does dating site disasters, another one of his
Yes.
bits, where he shows pictures of people and makes observations that are obvious and not terribly funny.
I want to do this thing called dating site disasters. These are actual pictures of people. Yes, exactly. These are actual pictures of people that were on dating sites. And it's like, you got to kind of wonder. I'm a single guy, but you got to kind of wonder, hey, look at these people, you know. For instance, let's go to our first picture here. Check this guy out, okay? His site, his headline said, "Hello, I'm a serial killer." I mean, look at this guy. This guy's like, call my number, give me a call, I'll meet you outside, and they'll find your body in 13 different pieces in a lake. So, hello, I'm a serial
Excellent
killer.
punchline.
Wow, that is...
You see how he repeated it a few times because
Yeah,
he
yeah.
started panicking because
Did
the crowd...
the crowd go to the bathroom or something?
No, they were sitting there
They were still
watching
there?
him as
They
he
didn't
just
go to get popcorn or something?
said,
His-
"Hello, I'm a serial killer."
Did the whole crowd decide to
Was
have
the joke.
a cigarette outside at the same time?
It's everything. It's the voice, the delivery, the material.
It's fucking terrible.
Nothing is working here.
Why is he saying I'm a serial killer and then just listing serial killer things?
I'm
And
a
then
serial
saying
killer.
I'm a serial killer again.
You're gonna find a body chopped up in 13 pieces in a lake. I'm a serial killer.
Is this enraging, Jimmy?
This guy's good.
Oh, Chip likes them.
Found a bunch of body parts.
So he just shows a picture, and then obviously
He's saying that this picture came from a dating site. This man's a serial killer. He's
So I
on a
guess he
dating
looked a little
site.
crazy.
It's nuts.
He was crazy looking.
I guess.
Scorch shows another picture and displays the chemistry between him and his sidekick.
If you liked his chemistry that him and his sidekick
Oh, good.
had,
It's magic.
Wait till you hear this.
Magic happens.
Yes.
Next up, it would appear that you got to do some acid or something, because this girl is banging a, what do you call the little animal there? A Pikachu, thanks. And so she says, what a trip it is to have relations with me and a Pikachu. Look at that. So she looks like Kelly Osbourne, too, doesn't she?
No.
You don't think she looks like Kelly Osbourne?
I don't think I've ever seen Kelly Osbourne look...
Nick, put on your dollar store glasses, drink some Cabin Fever. That is Kelly Osbourne.
After Cabin Fever, that would be Kelly... Well, no. It would make her better looking than Kelly Osbourne.
Kelly Brock.
Okay, there you go. Kelly LeBrock. Absolutely. Yeah.
Kelly LeBrock? Yeah. Is it Kelly LeBrock?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes.
What's the candy company? Is that just Brock's?
Yeah, I don't know.
High fly ball. It leaves the left center field. It's way back. It may be playable. Can't get a play. It's gone. A home run. Oh, he caught it. He caught it at the wall.
Yeah.
I'm not sure he was unable to reach it.
No, see.
No, he caught it. That wasn't a home run. That wasn't a single. That wasn't anything. It was an out.
How do you go from Kelly Osbourne to Kelly LeBrock?
No, Kelly Brock.
And then Brock's
Brock, right.
candy.
Right.
Brock's candy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, because he had Nick to bounce off of.
Scorch.
I heard one guy. I heard one guy uncomfortably laughing in the audience because
his competitor.
Just laughing at him.
Wow, that was really bad. That one.
Listen, 90 cities, London, England, can't be wrong.
And the 90th city, you know who you are.
You know. Because there's a big banner on the TV station that says, we are the 90th city.
Yeah.
Why would anybody know that?
And wouldn't he have had a party for the 50th city?
Or the second.
Yeah. The second.
Why don't we, well, that might have been like a fluke or something. So
yeah.
we got Scorch trying another line here. This will be the last clip from PFG-TV.
For today.
For today, that's right. We're bringing back this segment.
Big time.
Scorch or douche?
Douche.
Both.
Every time.
Exactly. All of the above would be the answer.
Next up, how about this one? Let's go on. This one just basically says, hello, I'm a loser. See, except he says it like this.
That should be the intro to his show.
Date me. Date me. Any comments, anybody? No?
That clip should be in your replay. Any comments? Anybody know?
Oh, God.
How do you bomb on a retard noise? Please, dude, please can we hear that last clip again? Dude.
Please.
Any comments? Anyway, that's such a sign of
Obviously,
desperation.
the guy didn't look too good in his picture. He looked like a loser, so Scorch had to point out the obvious.
He was trying to do the hard voice a little too much.
Next up, how about this one? Let's go on. This one just basically says, hello, I'm a loser. See, except he says it like this. Loser. Date me. Date me. Any comments, anybody? No?
And it's out of here! Or is it? No, it's off the wall. My mistake. I thought the ball was gone, but apparently not. Right center field. McLouth is back to the track. He leaps at the wall, and it is gone.
Yeah.
It just cleared.
Yep.
No, they're saying
now?
two. They're saying it's a double. It went just under the wall.
I love that one because he goes, what are they saying?
What are they saying? You're the one that said it.
You're the one that says this stuff. Wow, that's...
So at least you know your radio brethren from back in the days.
Good
still
to know
doing
that he's
well.
alive
Prospering.
And well. Yeah, he is prospering.
He's flourishing.
In market 282 or whatever it is.
And he spends so much time on his show trying to convince people to be his sponsors. Like he sells them and says, you know, just so you know, it's not like you're just getting a commercial, because there are no commercials, because it's paid time. He says, you'll actually be part of the PFG family, which is worth so much more. He's not paying his staff with the money. He's not buying things for the set. He's putting it in his pocket and keeping it.
We should get an advertiser boycott going.
Boycott PFG-TV. They made fun of retards.
Yeah, exactly. We won't buy your product. Poor Scorch.
He rules.
He does
He's
roll.
so bad.
He's the best, though.
It's just horrible.
He's been doing it for so many years.
Yeah, it's like, how could you talk so much and be so terrible at it?
Date me.
No, it's not funny. There's no rapport.
There's
with
no irony.
anything.
And that lump on the couch with him.
But the beauty of Scorch is he doesn't know.
He
thinks he's Letterman. In his mind, he's Letterman or Leno.
combination of the two, actually.
He thinks he's like the
Yeah,
best
I would
of both.
think so. He told me when he found out I was a wrestling fan that he got Triple H into the WWE.
Oh yeah,
he let me know.
We heard that. We heard that. Years ago. We actually asked Triple H that because we had it with that rumor, and he laughed.
He didn't know who he was.
He openly laughed.
Who? What? What's a Scorch?
You guys want to do some PFG-TV today or what? PFG-TV?
Of course. As long as we don't poke fun at it.
Yeah, only if we're serious.
Where's Sam? Well, we put this together for Colin Quinn that was supposed to be in today because he's a big fan of Scorch.
Yeah.
A guy that we worked with many years ago.
Scorch.
We worked well over 10 years ago with Scorch, maybe 12, 13 years ago. And then you fast forward a little bit, and our own Sam Roberts interned for Scorch up there in Syracuse.
Not amazing.
So we have a
Things
connection.
work out like that.
That's where I learned to do radio.
From Scorch.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. I'm so sorry.
No wonder you're doing radio like this. I'm Sam Roberts. I'm Sam Roberts.
Scorch does a voice.
This is Lady Gaga.
Scorch does a voice. He's very successful.
Yeah.
Kingdom of what?
Well, he's not doing the Kingdom of Nakedness
What am
anymore.
I now?
He's
Naked
doing
militia?
PFG, and he's doing the Lumpa Nation.
What is Lumpa Nation?
I think Lumpa is like the station, like across the station is the Lumpa Nation. So he does the Lumpa Afternoon Nation.
What does that mean?
I don't know. It's LUMPA.
Holy shit. He just doesn't fucking see.
What does Lumpa mean? It has to mean something.
But he doesn't seem to be doing naked or nude things anymore.
Hey, no, can't do that. FCC, baby.
And what
disappointment.
What does PFG stand for?
Pretty fucking great.
That's right. And
good. I thought it was.
And
no, I was corrected. Yeah, it's
and you cut up another one of his TV shows. And
Pretty fucking god awful.
How many markets is he in?
He's in 90, and then also in London,
90.
England.
Yeah, 90 markets and London, England.
I like when he welcomed the new markets. He wouldn't name them. He goes, "You know who you are."
You know who you are? Because I don't. Because there aren't any.
Safe to say he's not in 90 markets.
Safe
and
to
not
say
in England.
that the only place he's being broadcast is in the pay slot on Saturdays at midnight on the My Network in Manchester, New Hampshire.
And there's the Lumpa Nation logo. What does
I
Lumpa
hope it's
mean?
all people with cancer tumors.
Lumpa. Yeah, Lumpa.
By the way, I'm going to sue the logo. It's a cog, much like my stupid one.
Yes. No, and it's got my name Lump, and my last name is Shit.
Lumpa shit.
I think if you're a fan of Rock 101 in New Hampshire, Manchester, you're part of the Lumpa Nation.
All right, it says a Lumpa created by New Hampshire's Rock 101 is someone who works hard every day and has a boss but needs a break.
It's a blue collar worker, Anthony.
I'm a lumpa.
But why
Yeah.
Lumpa?
It's like sometimes you
I'm a
just
lumpa.
you turn a radio on after a hard day's work and you just forget about it.
I guess because you're treated like a lump of shit.
Yeah.
So they're just saying you're a lumpa.
What?
I would assume. Because the boss man, it's the boss man. Or an Oompa Loompa.
No, I don't think there's any Oompa.
Well, you're treated like a lumpa.
Yes, sure. And then Scorch comes out and they say doopity douche.
I've got another bad bit for you.
He,
Loompa, doopity dee. You'll never get more than one market, ye.
at one point, you saying Scorch bad bits reminded me that he did, in an effort to get people to get tickets to come see PFG-TV live in the studio audience.
Yeah.
He announced that he is bringing back the Wheel of Meat to television.
Wheel of meat. All right, wheel of meat.
All right, let's get into this. So the first clip here is new PFG-TV. Scorch starts PFG-TV with a little weather humor.
Yeah, a little joke to start things off, you know.
All right.
What a fine, fine night for Scorch's PFG-TV, because the day we are taping this show, after having something like 3,000 inches of rain, the sun came out today, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it felt good, man.
And for the rest of this here week, it's supposed to be in the 60s to near 70, which if you're in New England, 70 and at this time of the year,
yeah, we deserve that.
Freaking
Absolutely.
thumbs up. So, Mother Nature, it's about time you stop being what I like to call a spag. Thank you very much, you know.
A spag, which is like a douchebag.
Thank you very much.
Spag.
What's a spag?
And he expected big laughs out of that. He goes, you know what I like to call? No, hold on, here it comes. A spag.
A shebag?
Shitbag.
Shebag.
Douche.
Which I think is douchebag.
Yes.
So you put an apostrophe spag.
Yeah.
The apostrophe takes care of the do part.
Oh.
And then you're just a spag. It's kind of a cool way to say douchebag.
And then you say when nobody laughs because you're trying to transition to the next.
Covers up the silence.
Right. Scorch.
Wait, we deserve that.
Freaking
Absolutely.
thumbs up. So, Mother Nature, it's about time you stop being what I like to call a spag. Thank you very much, you know.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, you know.
People here are calling Scorch an agate.
Oh, that's not fair.
I would say his show is it, but that actually works.
Yes, it's just some hit. It's a hit.
That's not right.
His show is a hit.
That's
In that
it.
context,
Let's
get it?
not play
Oh, sorry.
anymore.
You think that's
No.
enough?
Yeah, that's plenty.
I mean, that's only the first 30 seconds of PFG TV.
Well, we find out what's going on with his crew,
Yeah, I mean, because,
and we get a taste of the unmatchable chemistry between Nick and Scorch.
well, Jim said last time that he loved the chemistry between Scorch and his man on the couch, Nick.
Right.
And so right here is a little example. Scorch starts the show trying to display the personalities that he's brought along with him for the ride.
Oh.
And you get to see exactly why these guys get to be on television.
All right, let's take a listen.
Y'all know our pal, the man on the couch. Give it up for Nick. Everybody say, hi, Nick. Hi, Nick. No, you can do better than that.
8 people.
You don't get everybody to yell when there's only 8 people there.
Oh.
You should ask everybody to keep it down a little. You can hear individual voices.
Yes, never good.
Nick. No, you
up,
can do better than
PFG
that.
Cycles?
Everybody say, hi, Nick.
What's up, PFG
There you go.
Cycles?
See, that's a little bit better, you know. And you all know DJ Furious over there, right?
Wow, what a crowd. You can hear the individual claps.
It seems like you have a lot of enemies today, Mr. Furious.
Apparently so.
He's very understated today.
That's what it is, you know. So what's up with you guys? What's going on with my crew? Anything? What's up with you guys? Everything good? What's up? What's up? Let's start with Nick. These are
I
always the
defer.
fun stories. What's up in your life?
Oh, no, man. You got to check my my Facebook page for that.
Oh.
I'm not giving it up right now, no.
Dude, why would you on a show?
Yeah.
What is, so what's your Facebook page address so people can do
Never
that?
mind, man. I'm not going to go there. I got so much going on. I would need, like, so many dollars in therapy to get through it.
Oh, I bet.
What the hell happened?
It just fell apart.
That
Everything
guy
fell apart.
fucking stinks.
What happened? That's my favorite part of the show now. Scorch always, I don't know why he gets this idea that Nick's going to have something for him.
This is
Scorch
nothing.
constantly goes to Nick for something. And every time Nick says,
never delivers.
no,
No, I'm not going to go there.
Is that tears in your
yeah.
eyes?
Sam's crying.
First Nick made this reaction like, whoa. And Scorch goes, oh, good one. Okay, what's your stories? And Nick says, well, I'm not going to tell you. It's on my Facebook. And then Scorch says, oh, you have a Facebook? And Nick says, yeah. And Scorch says, okay, what's your Facebook? And Nick says, I'm not going to tell you.
I'm not going to tell you, so why did he go to
Can we
him?
go back to that? Can you?
Oompa, loompa, loompa-dee-doo. Let's count my audience. 1 and 2.
Doopa-dee-dee. If you look closely, you'll see number 3. Oh, no, wait. That was a mirror.
Can we count how many times Scorch is let down in that clip? Because Sam's onto something.
He is let down.
Because he realizes
Nick is a fucking albatross.
he realizes
out to dry.
He realizes the first one was a dead end, so he tried another way. That's a dead end. I think there's 3 or 4 dead ends.
Why would you pick this guy as your couch guy?
All right, listen. He's just trying to get something from Nick. How many times does he fail?
Y'all know our pal, the man on the couch. Give
Ring
it
the
up for
bell.
Nick. Everybody say, hi, Nick. No,
What's
you
up,
can do better than
PFG
that.
Cycles?
Everybody say, hi, Nick.
What's up, PFG
stretchy side.
There you go. See, that's a little bit better, you know. And you all know DJ Furious over there, right?
No. That means no.
Of course not.
Whatever.
It seems like you have a lot of enemies today, Mr. Furious.
Apparently so.
He's very understated today.
That's what it is, you know. So what's up with you guys? What's going on with my crew? Anything? What's up with you guys? Everything good? What's up? Let's start with Nick. These are always the fun stories. What's up in your life?
Oh, no, man. You got to check my my Facebook page for that.
All right, dead end number one.
I'm not giving it up right now, no.
You have a Facebook page?
Serious. I do.
What is so? What's your Facebook page address so people can do that?
Never mind, man. I'm not going to go there.
Dead end.
I get so much going on. I would need like so many dollars in therapy to get through it.
So many dead ends.
He can't get an answer out of his bestest guy on the couch.
That was the worst unraveling of a joke. I would need so many dollars to get through it.
Dollars is to get through the thingy.
But like his whole thing is like, oh, wait till I tell you, and then Scorch is like, what? And then he goes, nothing. Every time.
Yeah.
Oh, nothing. I got something. What is it? Nothing.
Yeah, well, come on, asshole.
And he keeps inviting him back to sit on the couch.
To sit on the couch. Like he's Carson. Oh, fuck.
Yes.
Oh, Jesus. All right, Scorch promotes that he's getting
Jack's
back
subpar.
in the dog cage this year for Pause for a Cause.
You remember Pause for a Cause has a history on this program.
Yes.
He stinks. He's so bad.
Who, Nick Campanelli?
Oh, all of them, that whole crew.
Yeah, Pause for a Cause is the event where Scorch sleeps in a dog cage.
And one of our listeners threw yellow paint on him.
Yeah.
So he had to stop doing Pause for a Cause for a
I
while.
was so pissed
And he's
that
finally
day.
bringing it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope no one throws yellow paint on him this year.
Oh, please.
All right,
It's a good
so
cause.
he's announcing that he's back in the cage, Ant, after a few years not doing it because of one of our listeners.
Back in the cage.
Speaking of dogs and animals, on June...
Was he even talking about dogs and
Who
animals?
was?
He previewed that, and I hate to spoil anything, but he previewed that coming up later in the show would be his segment called Animals on Drugs.
Sounds funny.
And then he said, speaking of animals and dogs.
Speaking of dogs and animals, on June the 6th or the 7th of this year, I will be going back into the cage for another week. Yeah, thank you much.
They're clapping because they think it means prison and he won't be broadcasting.
And basically what I do is I live in a cage, in a dog's cage, right? 24 hours a day. I live in this cage till I raise a certain amount of money for local animal shelters. And my goal this year is to raise $30,000 cash for the local animal shelters.
She's lying.
If everybody watching right now will put away $1 a week until the time comes, by the time I get into the
When
cage,
is it,
you put that money towards
2025?
and we're going to have our 30 grand, no problem. So,
Oh, my God.
No problem. If everyone watching puts away $1 a week until when?
Until June
6th. He'll have $30,000. If we could do some quick math here. Bullshit.
If every listener he has does that, he's still short by $28,000.
Yeah, he'll at the end of the week he'll lie and say it's $30,000.
Yeah, we hit the mark, ladies and gentlemen. I want to say, but you're the real heroes. You're the people that did it. You know, I just stayed in the cage.
Poured yellow paint on.
He would need 3,333 listeners.
3,330. No way.
No,
He's got that.
He doesn't away.
He doesn't even have the 30.
No, he doesn't. Guy's done.
Well, he has 3.
Yes.
So now he needs 3,330.
Yeah, more.
Turn my mic.
Well,
No, that's all right, man. I like the fact you got to, even though you humiliated yourself and stopped the show, at least you went up there and took a swing at it.
Trap dog.
Yeah.
good trap, dog.
Exactly.
PFG continues with weird news.
I know you guys love the weird news.
Oh.
in the meantime, though, why don't we get right into our first segment that we like to call Weird News?
Some are on and some deranged. Stories that are very strange. Weird news.
Oh, so you thought texting while driving was bad. 23-year-old
Getting
Rachel Allen of London, England, led police on a high-speed chase rabbit. They caught up to her. They found out why she was acting so erratically. She was shooting up heroin as she was driving. Okay? They only stopped her for the texting. And as it turns out, she was texting her friends saying, "I'm shooting up heroin, and the cops are after me. What am I going to do?" So obviously she can predict the future because she's now facing 10 years in prison, so good for her.
Why predict the future?
None of it made any sense.
What does that mean?
None of it made any
Obviously
sense.
she could predict the future.
And why would she text her friend, "I'm high on heroin"?
Yeah, well, I'm doing heroin.
And no one has ever texted that.
No.
I'm driving and shooting. Like,
how do you do that, by the way?
He described the news story, and then instead of writing a joke, he said that she was texting the news story that he had just described.
Right. So she predicted the future.
He said she predicted the future.
Oh, my God. Oh, he's off his rocker.
Well, he's got more weird news.
Weird news.
And then the next three stories I have are great because they're all about passed out drunk people, and we all have been there and or know some people that do that. So the next time you passed out drunk behind the wheel of a stolen car, take your punishment and leave it at that. This guy from Cincinnati, Ohio, named Damon Bailey, he was getting his fine handed to him at court. He looked at the arresting officer and said, "I'm going to kill you." No more drunk driving charges for Damon. He's in jail for 13 years for threatening the life of the cop. So that's stupid. Yeah, you know what I mean?
No one gets 13 years for saying I'm going to kill you.
No, I mean, it's probably,
I think so.
I'm sure you got a lot of
something else going on
wrong.
And
Yeah,
then
he's a fucking moron.
Danny popped up the video of him. And that studio is hysterical.
Great. P.G. Allen had a fucking better stage set when he was shitting bananas all over the fucking place.
Did you notice the PFG laptop?
Oh, yeah. It's fantastic.
That's terrific. He's got an uplifting story to end weird news.
And we have one more drunk driving story. Here you go. Another drunk story. Not a good idea if you're drunk driving and you stick your head out the window to get sick, right? 22-year-old, this is an awful story.
I think I've seen this.
22-year-old Stephen Campaign of Clearwater, Florida, didn't want to get anything on his car, so when he put his head out the window as he was driving to get sick, he put his head really out the window, and he hit a light post, and he basically got decapitated as he was driving. Yeah. Good news is, thank you.
That's it.
Bad news is he did get decapitated. The good news is he got no vomit or anything on the car, so it all worked out, wasn't it? There you go. That's today's installment of Weird News.
There you go.
Yeah.
What was
that
clip he played? Well, that's a jingle, a little jingle thing that he's had at least in Syracuse because he used to use it all the time when I was working with him.
The ha 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 thing?
It just goes, "You are an idiot." Ha, 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 ha.
Oh, my God.
You love the Scorch, don't you?
I love him so much. He used to play that clip, and I would just laugh. And he thought I was laughing at how funny he was.
Well, and you were just laughing at
Of
him.
course I was.
Such a wise ass. Scorch starts a new segment called Animals on Drugs. He starts with a picture of a cat next to a bag of weed.
Yeah, this animal's on drugs. It's like, remember the last time we listened to PFG-TV, his segment was called Dating Site Disasters, where he showed pictures of people from dating sites?
Right.
This is called Animals on Drugs, where he shows pictures of animals who may or may not be on drugs.
And we have to guess?
No, he
guess.
shows the picture, and then he makes...
Here, Sam.
This is pretty much
some tissues for your
Yeah.
fucking tears, you weirdo.
This is pretty much like the sensation that's sweeping the nation about cats on the internet.
Right, except it's pictures of animals who might be on drugs, and then he says things about them.
All right, let's listen.
Why don't we talk about animals on drugs? This is something, and I love my animals, you know what I mean? So it's nothing bad about animals, but a lot of people have taken animals, pictures of animals while they're on drugs. For instance, we've got our first one. This thing right here, this is called feline fun, okay? Feline fun. Now, the worst part is, honest to God, that lucky SOB cat has got, look at the grass in there. Look at that butt in that bag. Come on now. Even Joe in the booth is like, yeah, man, I hear you. That looks like some good stuff. And the cat is like saying, I think I know where you got that from. What's that funny smell? How much do you think that stuff costs, Nick?
I know it's not a funny
I'm
sound.
not even going to venture to guess.
Oh, sorry.
Nick.
I think you could give us an educated guess on that one.
Nick still hasn't contributed. The best part, you have to play that clip again, because the best part is at the end, where he realizes that Nick has failed him again, because he says, I thought you were going to give an educated guess on that one.
I'm not even going to try.
I'm not even going to try.
He's like, Scorch, not even going to try to help you out. My man on the couch helps me out all the time. Here's my man.
I think I know where you got that from. What's that funny smell? How much do you think that stuff costs, Nick?
I'm not even going to venture to guess.
I figured you'd give us an educated guess on that one.
Nick is just laughing at him.
Holy shit.
What the fuck is up
What a
with Nick?
disaster.
Nick is valueless on that show.
He doesn't want to give any opinions. He
Not that
doesn't
Scorch
want to answer
really
any
is.
questions. He doesn't want to lead
Holy
Scorch into
shit.
any conversation.
He wants to stop Scorch from all
It's
conversation.
unbelievable. The next is a picture of a dog that looks happy, so this is what Scorch has to say about it.
Go on, look for the next one. This one is basically just, look at it. I mean, come on, the dog's just high, and he's happy about it. Look at it. He said, hey. He said, hey, look at me. I am baked. The worst part is he's a male dog, and he has to be high because his master's put a little heart tag on him. And it's like, everybody's going to think I'm a gay dog. I don't like that, man. I'm a straight dog, but I'm high.
Holy shit. Holy shit. Wow.
Because the dog is high, so he's, you know.
Yeah, we got it. Sam.
Okay, I didn't know, because you guys
This-
weren't laughing.
This is from PFG-TV. Scorch's PFG-TV is always looking for new family members. Do you want your company to be featured in millions of homes? Email for details. Yes, millions of homes. Email for details.
Well, Meat Whistle writes, his parents are listening and scorching his birth certificate right now. And Caroline, man, writes, Nick is awesome. Is Nick a plant?
What do you mean, a plant?
I think actually a plant.
Oh, like a physical plant.
No.
A fern.
Let's say hi to Dave in Massachusetts. Dave.
Nick on that show is like Marvin from Pulp Fiction and should be treated and disposed of as such.
Shot in the face. Pretty good.
I don't know why that didn't get a laugh.
That's Blind Dave, too, man. You should laugh at everything Blind Dave says.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
Because
that's
he's
Blind
blind.
Dave.
Should run for governor.
He shows a picture of a dog next to some snacks, and this is what Scorch has
Next
to
to
say.
snacks.
Yeah, PFG-TV.
This next one's a really good one, and looks almost like one of my dogs, too. This next one's like, anybody got the munchies? Anybody got the munchies? I'll help you out. Munchies. And what are they? Are they like everlasting gobstoppers or something?
That's absolutely what they are.
So the munchies with the dog, and we have one more here.
Oh, fuck, man.
That
Is he
was-
just in a disaster loop?
That was Nick's cue to think of something funny, and Nick just goes, yeah, that's absolutely what they are.
So far, that's what he's added to the show. A yup.
It's a good show. This guy goes from topic to topic. He rips.
Yeah.
Nick's good.
You think it's good, Chip?
It's great, yeah, because Nick's crazy, man. You don't know what that guy's gonna do.
Yeah. Whew. Whew.
Which is good. Get the animal drugs. The animal's probably high as a kite.
His comments really make the bit. You know,
Right.
Because I'm sure, and we can't see the pictures, but the way he describes it and everything, I get a crystal clear picture, and then the comedy comes.
That's what I figured, because, I mean, granted, this is a visual bit, but he provides so much with his commentary
Well,
that he
he paints
actually...
the picture.
Exactly.
Hey, look at that munchies. Yeah, right?
It's called painting the picture. He does a very good job with that.
True.
You could tell he's been in radio for many, many
He
years.
dips his brush in shit.
Yeah, painting. Oh, my.
Jack's subpar.
Painting the fucking lid of his toilet with diarrhea.
He mercifully ends the segment with an overexposed picture of a cat sleeping next to a bong.
I think that's what it was. It was very hard to see because the picture was overexposed. It was a bad
Let's see what he
picture.
has to say about the cat next to the bong.
And this is a really good one, too. Look at this. The cat. You know what I'm saying? Does that not? That, ladies and gentlemen, is what you call a passed out pussy. Cat. And there you go. Animals on drugs. as we celebrate, Photoshop is 20 years old this week. Imagine
Really?
that. The guys that invented Photoshop, 20 years old this week. So we're going to be doing a lot more stuff like that. And a lot more fun with just different types of things that we're looking for, you know what I mean, on the show.
On the show.
I forgot. He loves the anniversary and the all that stuff. He once on the air, he said he got into this kick of doing top 10 lists.
Oh,
I think
wow.
I've told you guys about some of his lists. He got on the air and said tomorrow is the anniversary of the invention of the jungle gym. And so off the air, his sidekick said, I mean, if you really want to talk about the anniversary of the jungle gym, we should do something stupid like have our stunt guy do something on a jungle gym, like on a playground. Mm-hmm. And Scorch goes, no, we're going to do the top 10 gyms list, including Jim Belushi and other gyms. And his sidekick, Paulie, was trying to figure out why he would do that. And then Scorch left the room, and I had to inform Paulie that Scorch had already told me earlier that the next day was not at all the anniversary of the Jungle Gym. He just wanted an excuse
to read the top 10 gyms. Holy shit, Scorch is a compulsive liar. He's just a compulsive liar.
Yes. Hey, Wayne in Boston, millions of homes. Scorch's PFG-TV fan page on Facebook.
Yeah.
300.
Wow.
300 people on there?
21 fans.
Oh. And according to his Facebook, it says, according to the PFG-TV Facebook, Scorch is giving away pizza to get people in his studio audience.
Yes.
So he gives away pizza?
He promotes that on the air, that there is free pizza for the audience members, and then he has to mention it several times on the show. And he takes his sponsor breaks.
Millions of homes he gets into.
Right, where he informs the sponsors that they're part of the PFG family if they'll buy time on his show.
Yeah.
And he just talks about tattoo shops and things like that he's obviously swindled.
Swindled.
I mean, he's just pocketing the money.
Fuck.
Well, that's fantastic. I can't get enough.
Yeah, we'll have to get another
I only
one.
wish Colin was here because
next
he
week
loves
we'll get another
Scorch.
one. We'll get another one for
Yeah.
next week.
I mean, yeah, I have a source now in Manch Vegas that is sending me
Manch
these
Vegas, right.
every week.
It's in Manch Vegas.
We won't miss an episode.
Thank God.
He just taped this?
This was taped March 20. This was aired March 28th of this year.
Does he do this on purpose?
No.
Someone asked if he's being forced to do this.
Yeah. You know.
He's thinking if this
great.
is his big break. No, he's not being ironic or being bad on purpose or anything. He thinks that he is the shit.
Did he actually say the guys that invented Photoshop are 20 years old today?
I think he
Like
said
they started making it when they were born.
Yeah. Yeah, they turned 20. That's Scorch.
he probably doesn't exactly know what Photoshop is either. Because none of the pictures that he showed had any Photoshopping involved.
No.
It's just a picture.
I didn't need it. I just needed to use the word Photoshop.
Yeah.
So I could do a thing on camera, people. You can do the take pictures. There's Kodak, the family, Polaroid, top 10 cameras. Panaflex.
He once said that he used toothpicks every day. It was his thing. That was one of his visual things, that he always had a toothpick in his mouth. And he told me and Paulie that since he uses toothpicks every day, he told us that he writes off $5,000 worth of toothpicks on his taxes.
On his taxes? I wish Smith & Wesson made toothpicks.
How many toothpicks would that be?
Well, we did the math, and there's no feasible way that...
That's got to be a million toothpicks.
A box that includes hundreds, if not 1,000 toothpicks costs $2.
Unless every day he just shoves a full box of toothpicks in his mouth and walks around looking all silly.
Like the cigarette guy in the Guinness Book of Records?
And then he spits them out a second later and puts another box in. There's no way $5,000 in toothpicks.
No.
Oh, is he just a compulsive liar?
Well, there's a couple things going on. Nick in Virginia writes he should give the audience free pistols instead of pizza.
That's not right.
And Jeff in Boston, believe it or not, the My TV station he's on is available all over the Boston market. I get it where I am, south of Boston.
I don't know how much he's paying for it, but it starts off with the following is a paid program.
Yeah. There's a big difference between how many homes get the station and how many people watch the show.
In.
Because, I'm sure NBC, when they had Seinfeld on, it was very good. But just because you're on NBC doesn't mean every show was a hit.
Right. Not every single show on the network
was Seinfeld worthy.
Saturday at midnight probably did not get the same ratings as Seinfeld.
And anytime you see paid programming, click, you're off.
And PFG is running opposite SNL. So if you want comedy on a Saturday night, you either go SNL or PFG-TV.
I think PFG-TV.
Saturday Night Lame.
Yeah.
I go PFG every time, Sam.
I would.
Every fucking time.
I got them all on DVD now.
What's up, Colin? You good?
Maury jumping in the
Oh,
pool.
I'm grand. I like coming right in when you guys are really hitting the racial stuff.
Hey, yeah.
Well, we got some Scorch for you, so don't worry.
Oh, good.
We got some Scorch.
I want Scorch, and I want to hear Dice Kelly.
Dice Kelly, okay.
Oh, yeah.
My request.
You got requests?
And I heard there's a guy that you love.
Who?
That comes in. You have a new guest?
Who? Tell me.
Chip Chipperson or something?
Chipper.
I heard he's a real knee slapper.
He's a
Jimmy says you love Chip.
It's not loving. It's beyond. It's like, it's so... it makes me repulsed.
He does it at the cellar, right?
Yes.
It's infuriating.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
But I'm fair. I can't jealous. I had the whole place cracking up to see Colin over there going, I'm going to write this stuff down.
It really makes people sick.
I did it for William Stevenson last night.
Oh,
It was like he was punched in the stomach. It's like a physical assault on comics.
Yeah, he was horrified.
It really is an assault.
Yeah.
For the first time, I don't know what to do with that.
Yeah, he's just...
In all these years of radio, it stops me in my tracks.
Yeah,
It stops everyone.
I don't know what to do with that. Usually you can work around something. I don't know what
I
to
don't know, you can keep staring and paint a picture or something.
See? There's nowhere to go with it.
What do you do, Colin? You've been around. What do you do with that? What do you do?
No, you're right. Chip, you can't do anything with.
No?
Chip.
Hey, Keith's coming in at 8:30. We should play.
Oh,
Right,
man.
8:30. It was 8 o'clock.
Oh, 8 o'clock?
Yeah.
No, Colin was supposed to be 8, Keith at 8:30. I don't know, whatever. Whenever he shows up is fine, but we got Scorch audio that I definitely want to focus on a little bit before Keith gets here. Because then it's going to get too crowded and we're not going to be able to get this
Besides,
audio.
Keith sounds like the Black Scorch. Scorch. Keith ain't showing up. I saw him last night.
Philly.
No? He went back to Philly.
He was just like, what time is this thing tomorrow? I go, I said 8 o'clock. Where is it? I was like, you're not coming. Where is it?
What a dope.
You know how many times we've had him booked on the show and I'm like,
Asking
what are
me
you
outside
doing?
the cellar. Where is it?
I know he's got a good gig with Wanda now, but come on, do some radio with
Yeah,
us.
exactly. Come
We're doing
plug
all
in.
right ourselves here.
Keith is a bum.
Where's Sam? Because Sam helps us out with the Scorch. You
I
love,
know.
you love Scorch?
Sam's worked with Scorch.
Do you want to do this, Colin? You love Scorch, we figured.
I do.
And you know he's doing this this public access TV show now, right?
No.
Oh, yeah. He does a public access TV show where he brings the magic that is Scorch to the screen.
That could be good.
And how he does this, he buys time on a station, an infomercial.
Right.
And then sets up a little deck.
But he doesn't. But he makes believe that he's just syndicated around the world with this little show out of Manchester.
Let's see what the man's got going.
Scorch.
Oh, he's in Manchester. That's right.
That's right. Sam,
Manch Vegas.
Are we explaining this correctly? What else could you add to this for Colin?
Yeah, well, Scorch has, he's syndicated in 90 cities.
90 cities?
What? That's what he said.
He says
That's what he says.
And also...
See, Scorch is a compulsive liar.
Also London, England.
London, England, Colin.
Look at
You're not in
Grandma's
London,
little
England.
bureau he's got there.
Yeah.
He's got a little fucking...
That's actually a nice end table.
And his staff is completely contributing nothing on air.
Useless.
Nothing.
Except one thing about Manchester, New Hampshire, they have some nice furniture.
They got nice
Yeah,
furniture?
they're known for that.
We should go antiquing up there, Colin.
We really should.
You and I, man. Let's do this.
Let's do it.
Maybe he bought it at Bernie and Phil's. Oh, Bernie.
I used to love the Bernie and Phil.
That's right, Phil. Dr. Phil, I had a nightmare. What did you dream, Bernie? That I was banging your stretched out pussy.
Trust me.
On this couch.
You're laughing at Boston. This is very local, Colin.
Please.
Very local. He just did some radio for Framingham.
Right there for fucking Natick.
You know, dude.
Natick is cracking
You know,
up.
dude, I was in there.
Natick is just howling right now.
People on Route 9 are crashing their cars.
Have I ever
They can't
introduced you to
believe
my
how
friend?
accurate that
How
is.
about my friend from Medford?
Medford.
You know what, dude? I grew up in Medford, but now I'm in the Big Apple. You know what, dude? Dreams come true. Boom, one day you decide, boom, I'm going to move. I get you
Sales
coffee.
consultants can help them build the room of their dreams.
And we'll deliver it the next day.
Catalog styles
Bernie
of
and
next day
Phil.
delivery. I like that.
You got to find a better one than
Happens
this.
all the time. I'm at the supermarket.
You got to get the old.
I'm at Shaw's.
What's wrong with that?
The old couple.
I was at Shaw's when I all of a sudden
I
realized.
bought today.
Oh, a black
and they'll
person.
deliver tomorrow.
Kizzy. Her name is Kizzy.
Shields. Yeah, there's not a lot of black people in Manchester, New Hampshire, that's for sure.
Uh-oh, maybe Bernie and Phil are too old to do their own commercials.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. What's going on with Bernie
Maybe
and
you guys
Phil?
chase them off the air. Oh,
Maybe.
no, that's exactly what happened.
Goofing on him.
Shrewsbury is howling, Anthony.
I know the way you guys get.
Shrewsbury is howling.
Shrewsbury is howling.
You went real local, man.
It certainly did.
No, this is the next generation
I'll
of
tell you, that's
Bernie
the
and Phil.
funniest. 2.5 Men, the opening song is hilarious. It really gets me in the mood for the show.
Yeah, I love
Why Bernie
I
and
love how they go, man, every fucking 30 seconds
God,
on that show.
I don't know that. I've never seen the openings of that show.
But throughout
that
the
was
whole sitcom, every time they have some kind of punchline, they go, man.
It really is horrifying.
Wait a minute. When do they say "man" in a high voice?
They pretty much going into every commercial break, and I think in show they even do it at times
During
when they're cutting to another scene. They go, man.
Oh, it's played. They don't say it.
Yeah.
No, but it's
Man.
it's sung and it's horrendous. It's I don't know
I have
why
to hear
people
it. I've
watch
never
that
heard it.
fucking show. It'll drive you nuts.
Well, it's on hiatus now, I think.
Yeah, but now they're supposed to come back.
Isn't he leaving?
Yeah, it's like an old.
I don't know. It's serious business, guys. I heard he's leaving, but who knows? Maybe he's holding out for more money.
Yes, we're brass knuckles.
Why don't we do a little Scorch? So, anything else we need to tell Colin? I think we set it up nice. He's buying his own
Scorch
time.
is very talented.
He's got 90 markets.
What's the name of the show?
PFG-TV.
PFG-TV, which is
from the right.
pretty fucking great.
Like that was when he started that. Remember last time you showed me he was at a bar.
Yeah.
Chinese restaurant.
And I think that's when PFG first got invented.
Yes.
He's hitting it like PFG. Now, those of you that don't know what PFG is, kind of like snafu, but
Wonderful.
Well, he's going to introduce a new female co-host.
Oh, wow.
He's got an anchor.
An anchor?
Not like an announcer. That's
A
what I
hole?
meant.
Are these clips worth playing for Colin?
I like them.
Because Colin,
if he likes them,
special
they go.
guest today. All right, let's take a listen here. Scorch and PFG-TV.
Hey, Ray, have a seat with us for a second, man. Come on over here. Hang on for a second. I'm in the back. I'm like, wait a second. Unless Nick has got like some sort of estrogen thing, that's
I
not
was
Nick.
considering a trip to Sweden, but
You know what? This is K-Ray, our new female woman announcer tonight. Give it up for K-Ray.
Hi.
8 people there.
It's good to have you. Was that fun? Did you broke yourself in now?
Yeah.
You're officially a member.
In front of the camera.
Good for you. Welcome to the show, sister.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Now, the funny thing is, I now have, I believe, 9 people working for the show that I'm not paying. So, you know. You all know the man on the couch. Give it up for our pal, Nick Carpinelli.
All right, this is the guy.
Nick.
He adds absolutely nothing.
He is a zilch.
You can't
a zero.
You can't add less than this guy.
No, he actually removes things.
Oh. What's up? I got an email that I was going to mention next week when we start our viewer email segment. I got an email from somebody in, which one? This one was in Bethel, Maine. And they asked how I can get the Guy on the Couch segment to Bethel, Maine. So
it's very simple.
Just email us here at the station, no matter how you want to do it. You email Scorch or Nick, and you can say, I want to have Nick, the man on the couch, do a segment in my area, and you'll bring it up there, right?
Absolutely. I'll be happy to do anybody's segment anytime.
Can I ask a question? Why, with 90 markets, did it come from Bethel, Maine? Why didn't the email come from London or New York or San Francisco or Chicago, Texas?
Yeah, somewhere.
And for the record, there was no email from Bethel, Maine.
No?
No. What are you trying to say, Sam?
Well, I'm trying to say that when I interned for Scorch, one of my daily intern duties was to go home and write emails so that he could read on the air the next day.
This is why we do this. For some reason, Colin enjoys this.
I love Scorch.
And why do you enjoy it so much, Colin? It's the visual of Sam writing good emails at home.
No, I mean, I love the whole idea of just Sam, like, weaseling around this little snotty kid, and Scorch thinks he's teaching him the ropes. And Sam is just sitting there secretly despising him and planning his subterfuge.
Scorch would always encourage me to pick.
Are you trying to say that Sam should have kept a few secrets?
No. I'm just saying Scorch is sitting there like, the kid Sam, he kind of looks up to me. You know, he has this whole image in his head that's been crashed down the past few years.
He's putting knickknacks on his desk and stuff.
Yeah.
He would always encourage me to do emails from markets that we weren't in and say that they were listening online.
That's a good idea.
Like, there are people in New York listening
Is that
online.
Nick sitting on the couch?
Yeah, Nick is on the couch.
Is that his new co-host?
Oh,
well.
No.
Very comely. Like that jacket.
Weird news. Time for Scorch's weird news.
Oh, yeah, I remember this.
Weird news.
Before we do anything else, I say that it is time for us to get into our weird news.
Some are honest, some deranged, stories that are very strange. Weird news.
Wow. How do you stop your mom from driving drunk, you may ask yourself? You could A, call the police, B, take away her keys, or C, stab her. I hate to laugh at that, but see, just stabbing me.
So did the audience.
Exactly.
Everybody hated to laugh at that. It was terrible.
You're saying they didn't really laugh at that?
It got an awkward titter from like 2 people. Got nothing.
Just stabbing me, kind of funny, you know. Winnipeg, Manitoba, 14-year-old boy in jail now for stabbing his mom after a fight broke out due to her desire to drive drunk. He did take her keys, but after that, she stole his favorite jacket, ran out of the house with it. The boy got pissed off, whipped a knife at the mom, stabbed her through her chest. Okay? Mom is in the hospital in serious condition. The boy is in jail. The good news is mom did not drive drunk that day. So, yeah, see, so it all worked out, you know what I mean?
He finishes a lot of his material with, you know what I mean.
You know what I mean?
That's not good, right, Colin?
Wow.
No. The you know what I mean is never
Being
good.
the veteran you are, you don't end your stuff with, you know what I mean, do you?
You guys know what I'm talking about. No, a lot of comedians do that. This guy, whenever they bomb, this guy knows what I'm talking about.
You know what
One guy in the audience.
Look, that one guy in the audience.
This guy knows what I'm talking about. And one guy's looking back, and I'm like, no.
No, I'm with the rest of these guys.
Yeah,
here.
exactly.
Right.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I always, whenever someone doesn't laugh at a joke, I'll go, hey, you guys might want to look over your heads. Something just flew over there.
You're right, Chip.
Should we continue with Scorch?
Things to a
Just that
grinding
idiotic
halt.
smile. He does.
He's so happy with himself.
William Stevenson, it was so funny last night. He was really literally revulsed. He was like, he was moving back like, he's getting like violently. He goes, I want
Revulsed is not a word.
What's something?
Oh, so what? Nobody cares.
Everyone cares.
So what? Nobody cares.
It's repulsed.
Revulsed is not a word.
It's not. I'm trying to help you.
Well, revulsion's a word.
It is, yes.
Repulsive.
Because I say something's not a word doesn't mean you should list things that are.
You know what? Look it up. I say it is a word.
Yeah?
I'm sick and tired of this nonsense.
Okay. Scorch does a story that could only happen in America.
Only in America.
All right, let's find out.
Bucks County, Pennsylvania. State troopers stopped to check on a man that was in the middle of the street on his knees. They suspected that 55-year-old Donald Wolf may just be drunk. Why would they assume that, you may ask yourself?
No.
Because he was on the ground giving mouth-to-mouth to a dead opossum. And these are all 100% true stories, only in America.
only in America. Only in America.
Oh, my God. What's this word I'm looking? Revulsed. Affected with or having experienced revulsion.
All right, I stand corrected.
Wow.
I stand corrected. But
It is
How
a
about I
word.
stand corrected and I'm an ass?
I won't say I'm an ass, only because once I said it, you lost all faith in the fact that it was a word. You weren't sure either. If you would have told me to go fuck myself, I would say I'm an ass. But you were in a fucking a shame sweat
He's
too.
got a little point there, Colin.
Yeah, mildly, but ultimately the big picture. The end justifies the
that
I
means.
was incorrect. Yes.
I got there from I'll admit I got there from an ugly road, but still, the final verdict, I don't want you to try
Revulsed
to...
is a word.
You're trying to blind people with the...
I was incorrect.
Sorry.
Incorrect
is not a word. Wrong and pompously sitting there. Revolts is not a word.
What up? Why don't you guys just send me to jail for 10 years or something?
Now that was a good one, Chip. I got to admit. Some people don't know how to get out of it, but Chip does.
Chip is great.
You guys.
Wait till he does it for Keith. Keith's not going to like. Black people don't like conceptual stuff like that. You know? So when Keith comes in, he's going to be like, "Wow, what's he doing that for?"
I don't get it.
They don't like that kind of ironic white shit that we have.
Ironic.
I hope he shows up. We'll see.
What time is it supposed to be here? 8:30?
Yeah, 15, 20 minutes. So, Scorch has a clever Tiger Woods joke.
I couldn't get a spot.
And then just turns around and goes back to Philly because he can't find street parking.
Woodbridge. Street parking in Midtown at 8:30 on a Thursday.
That would be the reason he would just turn around and say, fuck it.
No, fuck that.
Right. He wouldn't think ahead that he would be able to find a spot.
Right.
What a dope.
Finally, this is great. A company called Pipe Dream Products coming out with a Tiger Woods sex toy line.
Oh, boy.
It had to happen. You knew it had to happen. The Tiger Woods blow-up doll. And believe it or not, there's one of his ex-mistresses that is arguing this point because she's going to take it to court. They have this thing called mistress golf balls with faces of his mistresses on all the balls. And, you know, you got to think that is not the very first time that Tiger's mistresses have been that close to his balls. And there you go. There you go. That is today's installment of Weird.
I wish the people that had come up with that idea thought of that.
No.
How did he fucking mumble and trip
He really did.
through that basic punchline?
Horribly.
And meanwhile, it's like the whole joke of the stupid product, and this idiot thinks
Something that they came up with.
he's like, "Hey guys, I just put a connection together."
Would be the first time base kind of near the balls.
He's got a new angle on it.
And Colin, you think that Scorch thought Sam looked up to him, huh?
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's secretly.
You know, he must have sat there at the end of the day. Sam, the way you were like he's teaching the kid. And there's that treacherous Sam sitting there.
Treacherous.
Yeah, listening to him with just that teenage contempt or whatever. He's like 19, just that sneer on his face. And
Looking at him
Scorch.
just,
And then the man on the couch, and Nick probably was like, Scorch, I don't trust that kid. Nah, he's all right.
Nick didn't trust her.
I didn't know Nick.
You didn't know
Nick is a Manch Vegas guy. I was there for the Syracuse years.
Yeah, they call it Manch Vegas now, Colin.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're doing
They
their...
did that in the other thing, I know.
Oh, you remember that? Okay.
I can't forget it.
Now, what's this about? He's got this TV show, and he realizes that he has a lot of time left.
Yeah, like he's done some segments, and you could tell, like he doesn't say it, but it's obvious that he realizes I have this many minutes to fill, and they're not filled, and I'm drastically running out of stuff.
oh, shit.
So he just starts talking about different ways you can get on the show.
All right, let's take a listen. It's syndicated to 90 cities.
And London.
And just making it up as he goes along on live TV.
I want to talk a little bit about how to get your stuff on to Scorch's PFG-TV. The show itself, we're very proud to say, it started off as an internet-only show. It went on to a public access show. Now we're on network TV. And it seems...
Public access is not a step up from internet.
Network TV.
Network TV.
The My Network.
Sandra Bullock's baby looks like Bobby Kelly.
Oh, nice little black baby for Sandra Bullock.
You know, Dad.
Bobby Kelly with a bit more of a tan.
End of the day, Dad.
You know what? I bet you all them girls gotta put their face by Tiger's putter.
Oh, Chip.
Hey, look, Anthony made the paper.
Colin and his visual humor.
Jesse's highlights.
It's terrific.
Yeah,
I'm using props today.
Yeah, I like it.
Access show. Now we're on network TV, and it seems like it just keeps growing. Now the show cannot be a show without talented people, and I'm not talking about the staff again.
You said a mouthful there, Scorch.
Let's start with the host.
He's lying.
I mean, he's like Chip. He reminds me of Chip.
Yeah.
Why? Guy must be pretty handsome then, right, Carl?
Oh, Chip.
Now, do you think Scorch believes all this stuff, Colin? Do you think he believes he's a big, huge sensation now on
No,
network
but I
TV?
think he believes in. He's one of those guys who believes in the positivity and like just keep going out there and saying it.
Yeah.
And all I think he's the kind of guy that he only needs one.
So you're saying he's aware? I don't think he's aware.
No, he's not aware of how terrible he is.
It's amazing
I think he just needs
how it's
one-
growing.
He needs one dullard to come up to him in a deli once a week and go, "Hey man, I like your show." To go, "Yeah, I really am getting through to people."
Out-talented people, and I'm not talking about the staff on the show, because we're probably the least talented television staff you'll ever come across
In history.
But what I'm talking about is musical talent, and above and beyond musical talent, because honest to God, musical talent is easier to come by than other kinds of talent. It's not just music and comedy. I'm looking for I don't want to say stupid human tricks, because that's already been done.
Really?
And the show is, even though we're similar, we're nothing like any of the other shows.
Even though we're similar, we're nothing like any of the other shows. But doesn't similarity say that you are
Yes,
something
exactly.
like
My favorite part of that clip is he said nothing like any of the other shows, which means what he's thinking in his head is, I'm not going to mention Letterman or Leno, because I'm not going to actually mention their names. They're the competition.
They're the competition, right.
Why would he give them publicity? The competition.
Anyone else notice he's doing an infomercial within his infomercial?
But just imagine this 19-year-old snotty kid from Syracuse University.
Oh, yeah.
Coming up there with that look. He can barely hide his contempt here. Can you imagine when he worked for Scorch?
Why don't you sit down, Sam? Let me tell you a little something about my days at AAF Radio, and you can pick up a thing or two.
Well, tell Colin how, there's a give and take thing with the Opie and Anthony show.
That was back when he used to tell me that him and Opie and Anthony used to just kind of, and still do, exchange ideas back and forth. He'd come up with bits, they'd take them.
Right.
They come up with bits, he takes them. Either way, like Wheel of Meat. You guys took that from him, right?
we mocked Wheel of Meat.
Oh.
We
What about
actually do it.
douche or dressing?
We
you
mocked
took?
that, too.
I mean, but you guys really believe that, like, deep in his damaged soul, he doesn't realize, oh, my God, what have I done?
What have I done?
You really think he just goes on blissfully unaware?
I think so. Yeah, I think that's what gets him through the day.
Well, he lies to
Not
himself
being aware.
all day long.
Yeah.
And so it's like one of those things.
Tell Colin some of the lies from the past.
Yeah, I mean, he went on his TV show and said that he was in 90 cities in London. Like he said on one of his episodes.
Technically in London.
Yeah, there is a London, New Hampshire, I think. Londonderry, New Hampshire. No, there really is. It's Derry, New Hampshire.
New London.
Yeah.
New London, Connecticut.
He meant the local London.
The entire
London,
time,
Ontario.
Yeah.
The entire time I was
Maine.
interning with him, he said that he was going to XM within the next 3 months, and it would just keep extending. Like in August, he said he'd be there in November.
Yeah.
Well,
And
but
in November, he said he'd be there by March.
But in fairness to him, I've been expecting this one pilot I wrote like 6 years ago. I keep thinking it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And that was about 5 years. So
Someone's
maybe
going to
Scorch-
jump on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he said he'd had conversations. They'd offered him contracts.
Oh,
Like
Yeah.
he said,
Yeah, there were contracts involved.
right.
So.
He is deluded.
But if you can do things like, I don't know, if you can turn your eyelids inside out. Do you remember how when you were a kid, you used to be able to turn your eyelids inside out?
Wow.
And that,
Did he just say no human fucking trick?
Yeah,
Well, what
he's looking for that.
Well, they're similar, but they're different. That's what you got to understand.
How is that different than everything we've seen on TV?
He's saying musical talent is easy to come by, but when you can find somebody who's talented enough to turn their eyelids inside out, you have something for TV.
Didn't we all do that when we were 10 years old?
Yeah, but for every Mozart, there's for every 10 Mozarts, there's one guy that can make his ears wiggle.
My bus driver used to do that. We call him Eddie Spaghetti with the meatball eyes because he would flip his eyelids up.
Oh
and they
my
would
God!
look like
I know this is going to be a molestation
Eddie
story at the end of this.
Spaghetti.
He would flip his eyeballs up while he was like fingering Anthony in the back of that. Yeah, he's like, "I drop you off last." Yeah, Shirley gets dropped off last.
This isn't
I
the
don't live
way
in Shirley,
home.
Mr. Eddie Spaghetti.
Yeah.
Eddie Spaghetti, this isn't the way home. What
Eddie
happened?
Spaghetti, my hiney's not ready.
Hey, kid, you ever been to Holtzville?
I like pointing out what Colin enjoys, and he loves that Long Island thing.
I love it.
Colin loves talking about Long Island towns, the characters of Long
I
Island.
love Long Island towns.
Long Island's fantastic.
I love when you go local with Long Island.
I love it.
I hope the rest of the country could appreciate
I do love Long Island.
your love for Long Island.
Well, it's that Suffolk County dirtbag thing that makes me love it more than
Ron
anything.
Conkema.
Oh, yeah.
They sure.
I told you his stupid biker brother beat up my cousin. I
Yeah.
said,
You never got over that, did you?
my cousin never did.
You never got over it.
You held him down and punched him right in his face. Tim Gage.
Yeah. From what I
know.
hear, Tim was giving Joe some shit at the time, so well, had to punch him in the face.
You know.
I don't know.
I tell you, Tim
inside
lives in
out.
Massac. There's been like, in the past 5 years, there's been like 8 murders in like just the corner where he lives.
That's the mastic bit we do.
Mastic is a horrible
You know about our
place.
mastic bit, right? Okay.
Yeah, Mastic's a horrible place.
Because they try to fire a DJ for making fun of Mastic having, I don't know, trailer parks or something, or trailer homes. And so we said, fuck that. We're now going to point out every ugly thing about Mastic.
Mastic moments whenever there's a crime.
Whenever there's a
kid touching, a murder.
There's always something going on in Mastic. I got to admire it in a way.
It is a weird fucking place.
Divorce with kids.
Oh, his kids, okay.
Night outer, and that used to just make me so disgusted, you know what I mean? Or if you can arm fart music, I don't care, you know what I mean? Anything like that.
Oh, I'd like to kill a guy that
if it's a
applauded and laughed
strange
at
town, you can eat glass, you can swallow glass, you can swallow swords.
Well, eating glass is kind of cool.
You can swallow any number of things on the show. We'll let you do that here at Scorch and
wait a minute, Scorch.
PFG-TV.
Don't go there. Do not go there.
We will do things like puppet shows. You know, if you run a puppet show you'd like to show us, we'll do that. Love animal things.
No, he doesn't.
But he said no stupid like animal tricks,
Right. And
Or
stupid human tricks. Yeah.
But
he said animal things.
Yeah, not tricks. He is then soliciting for everything he said he didn't want to do.
He wants puppet shows and animal
Puppet
things.
shows. Yes. It's
Puppet
PFG.
shows. For a show in 90 cities in London. He wants puppet shows.
Does he get anybody to do anything ever?
Puppet show. If you make shadow puppets, you make shadow little figures on a wall. So bring your own flashlight. We're on a budget.
I hope Misha Barton does her little puppet show from Sixth Sense.
And then someone pours some cleaner into fucking Scorch's soup. It's great, Jimmy.
Yeah, he only ever has on local comedians, and he had Gary Hoey on.
Oh, really?
Gary Hoey.
Ho, ho, ho.
Well, if you work in Manchester, you might as well go on. It makes sense.
How long can you hold a handstand? Just do it. We'll watch for as long as it takes.
If you can make your finger float in the air.
Everything you do. If you want to play I Got Your Nose. With your child. We don't care. Anything.
Holy shit, fucking Scorch is digging deep here.
Yeah.
Oh, poor bastard.
Poor
Yeah,
wretched, that poor wretched bastard.
He's a good guy, though.
Chip have something to say?
Yes, maybe you could you come on and juggle or something, you know.
He really is pulls a fucking emergency brake.
It is.
We're all flying through the windshield right now.
Greasy, sweaty fucking hand on a rusted fucking brake handle on a train.
Yeah.
Hope the airbags work on it.
Oh,
Jesus.
it's that clammy fucking hand of a man that has whacked off too much in his life. Lives with his mother, miserable. His father died. He still thinks his father's on the road, and his mother's it's like, well, my father was on the road. His father's been on the road since he was 7. That's helped traumatize him. He's been bullied and beaten his entire life. But as I was saying last night, we were discussing Chip at the table while Chip was there.
Oh.
And I'm saying you can't feel sorry for him because you know he would have been a Nazi in Nazi Germany, would have killed on order. Bosnia, Rwanda, he would have been a soldier and done horrendous genocidal acts too. So
There's a Jew in the attic or something. Like just ratting fucking Jews out everywhere.
It's a Jew in the attic or
something.
I wouldn't be a good Nazi because I got glasses. I can see all the stuff.
Fucking Chip.
I'll say one thing with Chip. I never even thought Nazi.
I know. Sometimes Chip hits.
Sometimes Chip hits it out of the park.
Yeah. Bunts it down the third baseline. First easy out.
Sometimes Chip gets hit in the fucking septum with a pitch when the bases are loaded.
PFG-TV with Scorch. Now he advertises for audience members.
Oh, great.
Yeah, if you want to come check out the show.
He just advertised for talent for the show. Now he needs an audience as well.
As far as coming to the show, we tape every Tuesday night. That is when we actually tape the show. Tuesday nights, the doors open at 7 o'clock. For the next, I'm going to say for the next 5 weeks, just as a welcome to the show type of thing, for the next 5 weeks, if you want to come into the show, your tickets are absolutely free. Yes, sir.
Wait a minute.
Wait,
people are paying to see this?
No, this is one of Scorch's lies. It's not for the next 5 weeks. It's forever because last week on PFG-TV, he also said for the next 5 weeks,
Oh,
he's
so the 5
lying.
weeks never
Because
end.
to him, he's like, this is going to be great. This is a good marketing scheme. People are going to sit at home saying, I got to act now. I got to get down there.
Before I have to pay.
Right.
Do you think people are acting now?
8 of them.
I think what they should do is you should trace all the places he's worked and see how many sexual assaults in the area. 'Cause I got a feeling there's more to Scorch than meets the eye now.
I'm kind of disappointed in Sam that he's going after this guy. This
What?
guy taught you a lot.
This
in
guy
radio.
he said it. That's what it always good. The student.
Right. What are you doing?
I'm just trying to show you guys. Look, I'm sitting here trying to get PFG-TV to the next level.
He taught you a lot of secrets
Exactly.
of radio.
What are you going to turn on these guys next?
Right. Yeah, really.
I'm trying to bring
Scorch is nothing but
PFG-TV to a bigger audience, that's all.
So you're saying you don't have to pay to...
Because Sam
Never.
was so
So
young
the
and
audience-
innocent that can you imagine when he was a kid when he was 19 on that show?
Yeah, he didn't have the afro or nothing. or
Scorch
whatever
was like,
the hell.
oh, this kid. He's like, he's a little nerdy kid. He just dismissed you kind of, but he was like,
I'm gonna take him under my wing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll teach him the ropes.
Oh.
Yeah, no,
Scorch
you'll
never
never...
even think. He just thinks in the most primal terms, like maybe this kid's family's got money. I can get somebody.
It's not even sincere.
Right.
There's an ulterior motive there.
Well, let's listen about the audience. You can go for free.
Are absolutely free. Yes, sir. You know what I mean? So we tape Tuesday nights, and of course we tape at the MCAM Television Studio, which is a really cool studio. It's high-def studio. We have a live studio audience, and basically you come in, we feed you Papagino's pizza, so you eat some free food. Many times people sneak in brown bags. I don't know what's in them. I don't ask. You can do what you want with those. That's cool. But it's fun to watch a show being made. And then when you go watch the show on TV itself, you're like, oh my God, is that really how it looked?
What show are you watching being made, by the way?
The studio is
That's not a
HD.
show.
It's HD.
The studio is HD.
The cameras aren't, but the studio is.
Who the fuck cares when they're in a studio audience if it's an HD camera filming it?
Yeah.
No one has ever wondered
Who cares?
if this was an HD shoot.
Well, this is what you guys are confused about.
Yeah.
He made that up, too.
Oh,
it's
did
not
he?
That's
HD.
just a Scorch thing that he would say. He just because he
true.
sees
I
HD
see.
around.
It's just a
term.
small little camcorder.
I mean, it's just a public access channel.
It's a hip tech term, so he just throws it out there.
That's why he said the studio. It's HD.
It's HD.
It doesn't make any
the
sense.
studio itself is HD and 3D.
Right.
Because if you walk into it, it's 3D.
It's like you're
and
there.
it's HD because everything is very high definition because you're seeing it with your eyes.
I'd like to write one of those high dramas where Scorch, where Sam goes to work for Scorch and ends up fucking Scorch's girlfriend and living in Scorch's house, and at the end it's just this total betrayal.
That would be great.
I trusted you.
All my secrets down.
It's true. He has that Japanese fucking Kurosawa voice. I trusted you.
I let you into the fold.
Yeah.
And you betrayed me.
And Sam can play Sam. One of you guys can play Scorch. Can't we do a film or something? It's time to do a real serious.
that would be
Get
great.
Scorch to play Scorch.
Scorch story.
Yeah, he wouldn't
What's
know.
he doing?
Yeah, he wouldn't know.
Yeah, he's doing this show. He's got to tape every Tuesday.
Let's go to Neil and New Hampshire. Neil.
Guys,
He's a mess.
guys, I'm willing to do the movie. 2 days out. One condition: 2 days out.
I still got to film my TV show.
Neil,
Yes.
what do you got, buddy? Let's go.
Hey, I live here in New Hampshire, and the other day I happened to be in a friend's car, a piece of shit car that didn't have XM. And lo and behold, Scorch has got a go to hell line. It's a complete rip-off of your FU line.
Well, he wouldn't say that, though. He's just...
trade ideas.
Yeah, we're trading ideas. Don't you know that?
Well, the thing about the go to hell line is it was actually before you guys actually took the idea. Is that what he's saying?
Is that what he's saying?
Go to hell
No,
line.
Sam's saying that really happened.
Yeah, Sam.
You guys did steal off
We
Scorch.
stole
Yeah.
it from Scorch.
Did we steal it from Scorch?
I always felt that way.
Fucking asshole.
Did he really have it first? These guys did steal it.
I mean, you guys.
You guys are switching
Colin,
on
he's
trade
listening
ideas.
to you. He's listening to you, see?
He took.
He's defending his mentor.
You guys took Fields for Meals from him, so
Oh, we did?
that's what he told me. The first time I met him.
That was our AAF idea.
That was my idea.
You mean his AAF idea?
He's saying he came up with that?
He told me that the first day I met him.
Well, there you go then.
I mean, he's not going to lie the first day.
Scorch starts rock and rolled Is that what this?
You know how Scorch likes to do bits where he shows people pictures every single time we've played this? He has rock and rolled.
Yeah.
Is where you show a picture of a rock and roll star when they were young, and then next to them, now what they look like that they're old.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Holy shit. What happens? What's that mean? While he's rocking this bit, the audience rolls out?
This is a segment we call rock and roll. Very nice. Thank you.
I hope Zeppelin.
How
great would that be? Takes the little he has.
Look, people, I can't afford the Papagino's pizza anymore. I'm in heavy litigation. Led Zeppelin.
How great would that be?
So, no Papagino. And I'm going to have to start charging tickets even though the 5 weeks hasn't expired.
Yeah.
How great would that be?
Wait, Chip wants to say something.
This guy be a Led Zeppelin tunes and they'll be on a stairway up to the courthouse.
It almost takes your breath away.
It does. Oh, it does. It's so bad.
God bless Colin Quinn.
Courthouse.
God bless him. You figured out a way to at least deal with him. I hope Zeppelin makes an example of Scorch. He's homeless within a year. They're like, we got to start somewhere. We got to make an example.
But then they listen to his lies. He says it's in 90 cities.
Right.
No, it's not 90 cities.
Oh, fuck. I made that up. Please.
What happened?
All right.
This is a segment we call rock and roll. Very nice. Thank you. You want to see how some of these people age? Let's go. I think we start off, if I'm not mistaken, with Henry Rollins. Which, Nick, if you can go to his armpits, one thing is to pose for your picture. But why the hell do you pose for a picture with sweaty armpits like that?
It looks like it's a cameo. It doesn't really look like he was posing. It looked like somebody said, "Hey, dude." And he looked.
Do you think those are
Who makes a cameo in a photo?
Cameo? See, but explain. That's the greatness of Nick you just heard, Colin.
Yeah.
Well, but Nick's
that he misuses the word cameo.
Right.
Not only did he misuse the word cameo, but Scorch was setting up for like a joke that he was going to start going with, and Nick said, "No, that's not accurate. He wasn't posing. It doesn't apply to this."
Oh, so now Scorch's joke isn't going to make sense.
He really does pull the rug out from Scorch every
What did he
time.
mean to say instead of cameo, though? He was trying to say like a
candid shot.
Candid, yes.
Cameo.
Okay, it's like a cameo.
Word up.
Oh, God.
It looked like somebody said, "Hey, dude." And he looked.
Do you think those are painted on to make him look like a tough guy?
What, the tattoos?
Yeah, no, the sweat things on his.
No.
They're not even on the same page.
The chemistry. That is ammonia and bleach. That's their chemistry. Breathe deep, audience.
They're not even on the same page with a hack joke.
It looks like two different shows were spliced together.
How do you fuck that up? The guy on the couch.
The only way that would have worked is you go, no, what, the tattoos? No, not the fucking tattoos, Nick, you motherfucker.
Dope.
Yeah, you should have laid into him.
Yeah.
No, I got to keep it clean for the children. We're in 90 cities.
What, the tattoos?
Yeah, no, the sweat things on his.
No, I think that's just
Henry Rollins, who I will go on the record. Henry, you'll never be on the show because you're one of the biggest pricks I've ever seen in my life. There you go. I said it. Yes, I did.
Whoa, he said it.
I said it.
Why
Yes,
is
I
he?
did.
What's his reason for this? I want to hear this now.
Yeah, but you know what? Like Henry Rollins is like, oh fuck, I'm not gonna be on PFG-TV now.
Damn.
Here's what happened. He's asked Henry Rollins 30 times and never heard back.
Yeah, and there's a restraining order. Leave me alone.
Henry Rollins was upstairs.
I like the fact that he goes, he's one of the biggest pricks I've ever seen in my life, too.
Holy shit, a letter from Led Zeppelin. Wait a minute, maybe they want to do the show. You open that up, take a look. What's a cease and desist? What does that mean? I don't understand.
Although I will say, Scorch advertised that within the coming weeks, maybe months, Bob Saget would be doing comedy on his show.
Wow.
Oh, really? Scorch has said that Bob Saget is going to do stand-up comedy.
How is he going to get out of that
PFG-TV.
lie, you think?
He's going to play old
I bet it's
clips
true. What if he's doing? He might be doing a show in Manchester. He's trying to sell
clips.
tickets.
I heard there's a little TV show that would have money. He has no idea. Shot in a garage.
It's HD. It's a HD garage.
Yeah.
Yes.
HD.
Well, let's continue with rock and old or rolled.
Rock and rolled.
Whatever. Rolled.
Yeah.
Up next, we've got one of our two Rolling Stones guys,
Oh, God.
I remember once on public TV in Boston, I think it was all around, there used to be a show called Zoom. Yeah. A little kid's show. And one time on Zoom, they did a story about this dried apple head doll lady.
Yes.
So Mick Jagger looks just like a dried apple head doll.
Oh, my God. Like the thing on Zoom 31 years ago.
I'm a little worried that the people in London won't get the Zoom reference.
But it's the way he gets to it. Instead of going, he looks like a dried apple head like you saw on Zoom.
Yeah.
He goes, hey, there was a show called Zoom. I think it was on different time in Mountain Time.
Right, Zoom, G-O-O-M, Box 350, Boston, Mass. 02134.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, what a good memory.
Jesus,
Anthony.
I just remember this thing.
Stop making us look
I don't know
stupid.
how.
God, this guy's got a memory. Looks like a bunch of photographs just pulled up. I hate
That wasn't really a slam, though, Chip. That was more like a compliment.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. This guy remembers everything. Boy, you gotta get up pretty early. Pull one by this character.
You seem to admire Anthony, Chip.
I do. I think he's got some good stuff. Smart.
Chip.
Yeah.
I don't think you guys should be very flattered that Chip happens to be a rabid O&A fan.
I know.
He's quite the listener. He's a very loyal listener to the show.
Very loyal.
Chip,
No, forget it. No, go on. All right.
No, I want to hear about Henry Rollins.
Mick Jagger now.
All right.
Remember that fucking apple head.
Apple head doll, doesn't he? Look at that.
He does.
He'd also make a great Pez dispenser.
That's rough, man.
He looks hell, but you know what?
Wow, did he get...
Even Nick goes, that's rough, man.
That's rough, man.
That was a little over the line now.
That's a
He
little.
made a good Pez dispenser.
He looks hell, but you know what? He has so much money, he could probably make himself look back to the other one, I think, but...
He could buy a new one.
At least he's not getting beat up by his girlfriend like Ronnie Wood is.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you, DJ, for
These guys are like Chip Chipperson. The same jokes.
At least he's not getting beat up by his girlfriend or something.
I was thinking that. I was going to say, at least his girlfriend's not, beating the Rolling Stones out of him.
You belong on Scorch, Chip.
I would love to.
Norton should go undercover as Chip on Scorch's show.
Yeah, that guy Nick is good. Quick. Top dresser.
Well, Scorch finishes the bit with this.
And finally, this one here, okay, here's what Miley Cyrus is going to go up to look like. She's all hot now. She thinks she's all great. Yeah, I'm all cool. And I'll put tattoos on my private areas, and I'll wear these little skimpy panties on stage. But you know what,
Jesus,
Miley?
calm down.
This is what you're going to grow up into, baby. And that is what is called rock and roll. That's what
Wait a minute. When he goes, and this is what you're going to grow up to be, shouldn't there have been a laugh or a reaction there?
It's probably
by the
a picture
crowd?
of Billy Ray or something. You're right.
Yeah.
There was nothing.
There was nothing but like, oh, they were
like,
even they were waiting to see where it was going, and Scorch was playing the music. The Zeppelin's out. He's going to Nick like this. Come on.
Blatant licensing problem.
So we got to
Go into my licensing issue and play the Zeppelin.
we should report
At
him.
least I like the fact that he
We should report him to Atlantic Records. We should.
But at least you picked like a distinctive Zeppelin song, not like a hack.
Well, it goes with the bit. Rock and roll.
Yeah. Rock and roll.
You know,
Great.
Come on, he's thinking. He's thinking.
Oh, is he?
We're almost done. Scorch and Nick attempt to tell a joke together while introing some music act.
But could you just play back again when he said Pez dispenser? I just wanted to
You like that? You enjoyed
bomb.
that, right?
That bomb.
And Nick goes, that's rough.
That's wrong. Monumental.
Nick never backs him up.
No.
Never.
No.
And he's not even doing it to spite him. He just doesn't have the humor in him at all to say that this would be the opportunity for me to help him out.
He's got nothing.
Right.
Nick is a creative and energy vacuum.
You think, Jimmy?
Yeah. He just sucks everything out.
We've been listening to a lot of PFG audio. Not one thing has interested us.
No.
that Nick has said.
No, he's
Nothing.
terrible.
Not a wanna. All right, here.
Very rarely do I get like, I don't want to say giddy, but you know what I mean? That's probably a good kind of word to put, but very rarely do I get giddy over guests.
Well, considering the things you were doing in the cars to their music.
Yeah, do you know
at the
what I mean?
time.
I can probably be more giddy now because I don't think I was doing anything then.
I don't think you do anything now.
That's what I mean. So it is our extreme pleasure to introduce to you.
What was that? I don't get what's going on.
I'll tell you exactly what's going on.
It just makes you
He
angry.
was trying to say that he used to have sex to the music in the cars, but then Nick took it and somehow twisted it to say you weren't doing anything now because you're older, and then somehow Scorch said you weren't doing. I wasn't doing anything then. All right, let's make I'm telling you, there's no logical sequence. We should hear that again.
And they haven't even set up that it's a band.
I gotta hear this
All right,
again.
let's try to
and
figure out what they're
figure out what
at least
the fuck's
what they wanted.
Let's play a game called What the Fuck is Scorch Talking About?
Yeah.
Very rarely do I get like, I don't want to say giddy, but you know what I mean? That's probably a good kind of word to put for. Very rarely do I get giddy over guests.
Well, considering the things you were doing in the cars to their music.
Yeah, do you know
at
what I mean? I can probably be more giddy now because I don't think I was doing anything then.
I don't think you do anything now.
That's what I mean. So it is our
That's not what you
extreme.
meant.
No.
And look
What
at
you
me,
meant,
look
which
at
is
you.
the opposite.
What the first guy was saying, Nick was saying, when you were younger, you'd be fooling around the cars to them. Then Nick was like, now I get more action, so probably more than I did then. I wasn't getting any. And then Nick goes, I don't think you're doing anything now, like being normal, like you're old. And he goes, that's what I meant, even though he meant the exact opposite. Nick actually made sense then. He was trying to say when you were young, you were getting laid in the cars, now you're old.
Sure.
Right.
But somehow Scorch was trying to say the opposite, but then claimed that he meant what Nick said. That's what happened.
It is our extreme pleasure to introduce to you the MyTV audience and the PFG-TV audience, Charlie Farron and John Butcher. This is Farron Butcher Inc.
Who? Charlie Farron and John Butcher, Farron Butcher Inc.
There's probably some local band from New Hampshire.
They're old. I don't know. He talked to them like they've been in music for quite some time and made quite an impact. So I assumed they had, and I'd missed it.
They're probably local good band musicians from around the area.
Oh, I'm sure they're really good.
They're good in that zip code. That's about it. Holy shit. This is exhausting, but it is labeled greatest clip ever.
It's spiritually debilitating.
We're going to stop at the Scorch clips, but this one says greatest clip ever. You want to explain this one, Sam?
Wow.
It's my favorite clip that's ever been on television.
Wow.
That's a bold statement.
Scorch had his big band in, and one of them had a DVD that I guess you can purchase on his website.
Okay.
And Scorch had them give him a piece of tape to play because, he's one of those, it's like a talk show.
Yeah, like Letterman or Leno, you got to play a clip from your project. Yeah, sure.
They'll go to tape. Scorch sent it to tape and sat awkwardly as nothing happened, and then started talking about how he would take this out in editing and then aired it on television. This is not a studio feed. This is what aired on to 90 cities and to London.
So he covered his ass with the studio audience going, yeah, we fucked up, obviously, but I'm going to take that out in editing.
But he was too lazy to do it.
Right. There's no editing. Yeah.
He didn't edit it.
So it's really a retrospective of my career, of what I've done. It was a terrific show.
Good for you. And we have a piece of this on video, right? Yeah. Why don't we see a piece of Charlie Farron retrospective live at the Regent Theater, and then we're going to talk about the future of Can we not do this yet? No? Yes? Maybe? Oh, okay. Good thing we have editing, huh? Because there's slight difficulty.
Oh my God.
Shh, everybody quiet.
Yeah, because they do that. They just shut themselves off all the time. I find it difficult to keep one on.
What the fuck?
I like the sound effect. What triggers that? Do you trigger that? Nice. Yeah.
This is abominable.
Are we good? So we can just find out. We're going to edit right into it? Okay, so just run the tape. That's cool.
That's how it airs.
All right, that's if you're one of the 90 fucking people that watch this show, that's what you would have seen on TV, right?
Yes, this.
Wow.
The recording I got was taped off of television. There's no secret. Somebody watched it on TV, taped it, and sent it to me.
Yeah,
that's what was on
edited.
television.
Edit it out.
And he just sat there rubbing his bald head and throwing his pen down as if he was frustrated.
All right, we got our final
professional.
clip.
He doesn't like when things
Our
like
final
that
clip.
happen.
Scorch and PFG-TV. We end with this one.
Welcome back. This is Scorch's PFG-TV. How about this? So right now, Scorch's PFG-TV is on my network television, New England, and about 3 million homes, plus the 90 cities.
3 million homes in New England?
Homes. Did you hear that, Colin?
Wow.
That's half the audience of Celebrity Apprentice. I think Celebrity Apprentice is doing about 6.5.
3 million homes, 90 cities.
So it's
Plus 90
He's
cities.
trying to be like New
3
England
million
Sports
is just
Network.
New England.
Right.
He thinks he's like New England Sports Network.
Oh, yeah.
That's just New England. So if you figure...
Oh, wait, he's saying 3 million
plus
homes.
90 cities.
Plus 90 cities.
3 million homes on the My Network in New England, in New Hampshire. In Manch Vegas, 3 million homes.
So you figure 90 more cities. Let's just say not even a million a city.
So more people are watching PFG-TV than the Super Bowl.
He's implying he has about 83 million viewers.
3 million's polluted. You're right. I take it back.
He's out of his head.
Completely out of his mind. I'm telling you,
I think that
check
would be
every city he's worked at. His
I think
bodies.
that would be about 270 million viewers.
No, because he's saying New England. He's not saying one area.
Okay, so
he's saying
3
New
million
England.
in New England.
Yeah.
So not every city's doing 3 million
Right.
for him. I got you. So we're averaging it down a little
Yeah,
bit.
he wouldn't lie about that.
I
I'm
think
saying
you
about
guys should-
700,000.
Disrespectful.
Safe to say 10 million people?
I'll say 700,000 per city. So you figure 700,000 times 90.
That's another
63 million people. 63 million.
So you're pushing fucking...
66 million people.
Oh, right.
A week.
A week.
All right,
You're right. You're right.
Welcome back. This is Scorch's PFG-TV. How about this? So right now, Scorch's PFG-TV is on my network television, New England, and about 3 million homes, plus the 90 cities around coast to coast on cable, right? So I'm working on this deal that probably by the time this show actually airs, Scorch's PFG-TV is going to be on from Albany, New York to Buffalo, New York, adding another 4 million homes to the So the show is blowing up. And I want to thank everybody for making it a part of what's becoming the fastest growing entertainment television show on network TV, and I appreciate that.
What are you talking about?
Come on, he didn't just say that.
Yes, he did.
Well, you know what it is? At the beginning, he's trying to say my TV, like the channel is on.
Yeah.
But then he throws his show in, but then he starts getting really just lying. I'll lying.
And the fastest growing
So
And
entertainment.
it's on network TV all of a
So what
sudden.
does that
On
mean?
network
Who's he
TV.
beating out?
Do you want to know
Who's
what
he beating out?
Sam seems to understand him better than
Yes,
most.
yes, Sam.
yes.
Do you
Sam,
want to know
translate
what
that?
his deal is with the 4 million people from Albany to Buffalo?
What's his deal?
He is trying to convince one of the local stations in Syracuse to put him on. That's what he's talking about.
That's his deal.
Syracuse.
Adding another 4 million homes.
And he thinks if you're on in Syracuse, you might get some of the outskirts of Buffalo listening.
He's thinking Albany to Buffalo.
Yeah.
It's just a local channel in Syracuse.
Wow.
But why would he brag about that when he's on in 90 cities?
And
Like,
London.
if you're on in 90 cities in London, why would you care about... And why are you not on
In Albany.
places so close to you? Albany, Buffalo, like, what are
Yeah,
the
if you're
other
in 90
cities?
cities, you would assume
Especially-
you'd be on in Albany. That's not that far
By the
away
way-
from where he's at.
By the way, he said an additional 4 million homes. Now, as we all know, a home includes families, so that's more than 4 million people.
You're right, that's probably 12 million people.
Yeah,
You know what it
yeah,
is?
yeah.
Safe
Yeah.
to say.
It's that Sam is like Tony Montana and Scorch is like Frank Lopez.
I mean, you would think that he would already be on it in Syracuse, especially with the reputation that he developed. He told me that when he was doing afternoons in K-Rock, he had to stop going out to the mall and stuff because he'd go to the mall and he'd be on the first level. People on the second level would be leaning over the rail going, Scorch!
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he can't leave his home at this point, Colin.
Yeah. Now with the...
I really is a deluded maniac.
He is insane. You call him a deluded maniac.
Holy shit.
I can't get enough of this guy.
I'm on
Can't get
my
enough.
TV.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and if
he's
you
great.
pitched him the movie about him being betrayed, he wouldn't do it because he would think that it's unrealistic that somebody could outsmart him.
Does he get the tapes of our show and what you're doing to him? Our fans. He gave you your first break, basically.
Can't
Look
we
what
do
you're
like
doing
a
to this guy.
5-minute movie about Scorch with Sam playing himself and make it like a kung fu movie? And
It would be great. I love the little kicker where he has sex with Scorch.
Yeah.
And the loyalty part is just fantastic. Oh, the storyline is great. I like the fact that Zeppelin's going to sue him. Yeah,
no, you put Zeppelin in the soundtrack and they really sue him.
Well, let's get right into the audio.
Yeah, let's hear some of Scorch's wonderful TV
Scorch
show. that he
starts the
pays
show
for.
by fist-pumping Nick and making hilarious fisting jokes. He says nothing about pause
Yeah,
for a
that hurt.
cause, then goes back to fisting jokes.
Fist me. Fist me, Nick. Fist me.
Oh, I love fisting you.
Why do I always
And I
miss
missed it.
You know it's going to be a fine day when you can't even fist your best friend.
Oh, you miss fisting.
I miss fist my best friend. That's not a good thing. Welcome, everybody. Scorch's PFG-TV. Give it up.
He's the best. Welcome, everybody.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he treats it like it's a real deal, like late night.
Like it's Letterman or something.
like-
Right.
Yeah,
He
he's
has no
actually
clue
doing
that no one gives a shit about him or his show.
He actually did once on the show say, he talked about something he saw on Leno, but he wouldn't mention Leno's name because he said he didn't want to bring up the competition's name. He actually said
He
that.
sits at a
Yes.
card table. He sits at a folding card table. It's fucking. It's like the Little Rascals putting on a show.
It is.
It's horrible.
But slightly worse.
Pay as you exit. That's right, Spank.
Welcome, everybody. Scorch's PFG-TV. Get up. Yeah.
Get down.
Oh, my God. What in the...
I love the smattering of applause. How
Oh,
many people
yeah,
are
yeah.
at this taping?
I mean,
Seven?
they can only fit like.
Is this the Chinese place still, or did he get kicked out of there?
No, now he's in a local access TV studio. But I mean, you could fit 15 people maybe in there.
All right.
I'm telling you, this is the most popular show in Manch Vegas.
Manch Vegas?
That's what they call it.
That's a good match. Remember last time?
Right, Manch Vegas.
Right. Patrice is done.
Patrice is just nodded off at Scorch.
You need orange juice? You're good?
No, this ain't the same.
That's not that. You're just tired?
Scorch.
All right.
Sorry.
What an interesting thing, for anybody wondering. Last week we didn't air because I was in my little cage for the pause for the car. So we're going to talk about that. I am just now starting to recover.
Is that the event where we had one of our listeners throw paint on him?
Throw paint on him.
You know that one, right, Colin?
Which one?
Where he sits.
Was it paint or mustard?
It was paint. Where he sits in a dog cage
for the whole weekend or whatever?
Yeah.
to raise
Fans
money
could
for
come
dogs.
Cause for pause. Cause for pause.
Right, cause for pause. I
And he
remember.
gets in the cage, the doggy cage, and people come by, see him in the doggy cage, and give him money for the cause. But something, does it go to the cause? Hey, who knows? Maybe
No,
there should
it
be an
doesn't.
accounting.
Yeah.
It's going to.
So we thought it would be a good idea if our listeners threw paint on him.
So he had to listen because he couldn't get out of the cage. So they threw paint on him.
That's when he stopped calling the show.
Yeah, we haven't heard
that
from
pretty
him
much
since,
ended
Colin.
our relationship.
I'll never
with
forget when I
Scorch.
was trying to get him to come back on the air, and he goes, "Yeah, Sammy, this is not cool. Somebody just came up and threw yellow paint on me." Scorch, I don't know what's happening. Some of our listeners get overzealous.
Yeah.
We never told them to do that.
We
I
didn't.
know, Sammy. I know. The guys love me. I know.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, he has no clue. He thinks we just absolutely love him, which I guess is kind
Gonna
of
play
true.
douche dressing. Yeah, I love the guy, but I don't.
What does he
respect him
say?
as
We
a
share
radio-
ideas?
Yeah, when
Our
I first
show-
was interviewing with him outside of a Bennigan's, he said that you guys share ideas. Sometimes he'll do stuff from your show, whereas the same way you guys have done stuff from his show,
Of
Fields
course.
for Meals, and things like that.
Oh, so he took credit for Fields
How's
for
he
Meals.
taking credit for that?
That was his idea.
Get the fuck out of here.
Fields for Meals, douche
better
or
do that this
dressing.
year.
They do rhyme. Fields for Meals rhymes, and Scorch loves
Scorch is
to
a
rhyme.
Big rhymer.
Just now starting to recover. I was crunched up like when you're a human being living in
He couldn't think
No,
of
I
anything
didn't
that's
think of
crunched
anything
up.
that gets crunched
He
up.
couldn't think of something that I was crunched up like a crunched up thing. That's
in a
Chip
golden
Chipperson.
retriever's cage. It's not really a natural thing to do, but we're going to talk about that soon. Hey, look, why is it, Mark, can you get a close-up of my blood? Why is it every time that I fist you, I get bloody?
Because we're tight.
Oh, yeah. Someone likes that.
Because my
too.
fist is tight. There you go. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
His fist is tight.
But the fist isn't tight. With the anus would have to be tight.
No,
the
no.
fist would have to be big.
Fist.
And you'd have to, I don't know. I don't even want to figure it out.
It's a
I'm
good one.
exhausted.
The fist and tight is a good
I'm
one.
exhausted even thinking about this.
Let's go right into the next clip. He's
Please.
very excited about what's coming up on PFG-TV.
Oh.
Furious, who was my cage, he wasn't my cage mate, I shouldn't say.
Was he your cage master?
He was my kennel mate throughout that week. You did a good job again, though, man. Thank you much. You know, and so we're going to talk about how much I raised soon because it was one of the best ones yet. But a couple of good things going on with the show that I want to get into quickly. For instance, we're growing by leaps and bounds. We have more cities joining the Scorch's PFG-TV network. Yeah.
Come on.
Not only more cities, but more states. For instance, we are working on Florida, and we are working on Texas, and we are working on Atlanta and Georgia. Atlanta's still in Georgia, right?
Yes, it is.
And some of the areas in Northern California as well. So we got a lot of things going on.
He's working on.
I know.
Please, because my ex lives there, and she might think I'm making money.
Now, is that your first or your second? Okay.
That'd be my first one.
Now, everybody on the staff can vouch that this show does not pay a dime. Which is why we're always looking for sponsors, which we'll talk about.
Oh, God, Scorch, man. Holy
But did you
shit,
hear that?
Scorch.
I mean, you guys make fun of him, but he's working on Atlanta.
Working on.
Florida.
Yeah.
What do you think? Scorch is the type of guy that says things like, I'm working on this to cover up for the fact that he's completely lying because you can't prove or disprove?
Yeah, you can't prove or disprove working on.
You gotta love his enthusiasm, though. He thinks
Yeah.
He won't give up.
No,
he thinks he's
won't.
a media mogul.
I was so freaked out when he kept telling me that he was having conversations with people at XM, that he was going to be joining you guys at XM.
Yeah, yeah.
He once broke down that he was talking to Kevin Straley, who was in charge then.
Wow, back in the old days.
Yeah, and that he had a conversation with him, that they had talked about growing up in the same town, and he had all these details about a conversation that I'm sure never happened.
Never took place?
He made he talked to me about it for a half hour, and it never happened.
That's very strange.
It's weird.
Yeah. Wow. Talks to invisible people.
It's weird.
I love the Scorch. Wow. Look at that. The schedule's getting to you, Carl.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that schedule's getting to you. You used to be able to trot in here in the morning and full of piss and vinegar, as they say.
Why the hell are you busting my balls? Patrice's been asleep for a half hour.
He was. Patrice just woke up.
Well, he's sleepy.
You all right, Patrice?
Yeah, he was here.
All right, we're done with
2
Scorch,
days in a
let's
row.
face it.
Yeah, exactly.
Patrice is falling asleep.
We're done with Scorch.
What about the weird news, though?
You like weird news?
One more clip, Carl.
Yeah, one more weird news.
It's true. One more clip.
Let's start off with the segment that we like to call Weird News.
Weird news.
Scorch bleeding out the fist from fisting. Oh, no, that's not it. You ever heard the phrase, go fly a kite, right? Well, how many times has somebody ever said you go fly a kite?
I've heard it twice.
Depot Bay, Oregon, 45-year-old Dennis Brokis just took that right to heart. He was flying kites with his roommate. What kind of a 45-year-old guy flies kites with his roommate?
You the kind that wears pajama bottoms to Walmart.
There you go. His kite got away from him.
good stuff.
Yeah, I know.
It would appear that the guy, Dennis, tried to get his kite, but all he caught was air. He chased the kite right off of a cliff, and he fell to the ocean below, and he broke his body into 100 pieces. Ironically, the kite was found right next to his body, about 100 yards from shore. Dennis's body, as you can see, all broken up. The kite was in perfect shape, so don't worry about it, because the kite was fine. Another one.
That's where the laughing goes.
Yeah, the laughter was supposed to be there in that humorous segment.
The kite was fine.
The kite was fine.
Kite was fine. All right.
We lost Colin. We
Enough
lost
of him.
Patrice.
Yeah. I think I think Scorch might be done.
No, he can't be done.
I mean, he wanted to debut a new segment for you guys and everything.
Really? What?
Taking it to the streets, which is TITTS.
He likes acronyms too.
That's
he likes
right.
rhyming and acronyms.
Yep. Taking it to the streets is actually a pretty genius segment.
We could skip to that.
Yeah.
I guess that would be.
That's
let me
fair.
guess. He talks to people on the street.
No, that would take effort.
But you don't understand. You don't understand the cleverness of Scorch. He almost spelled out tits. That's
Whoa.
why taking it.
Yeah.
See,
TITTS.
see,
Gotcha.
Well,
taking it to the streets is pictures of street signs
Colin's looking for his publicist to yank him out of here.
that have funny names.
Oh.
Patrice, you all right? What the fuck happened?
Scorch.
Was it Scorch?
Scorch happened.
Scorch is debilitating.
It really is.
Is that what happened with you?
A chore.
Really?
Scorch just blew me.
Yeah.
Everybody gets jealous that they don't have the chops that Scorch does.
Scorch is like Ambien.
You know what?
Is that what it
Just
is?
walk around. You didn't know you were up.
So we should play Last Man
Rocktober.
Standing.
In Rocktober, it's like, yeah.
You want to play Last Man Standing with Scorch?
Yes. Let's see who leaves.
See who
last.
actually
I'll
is
make it.
awake by
I
the
love
end
it.
of...
Is Tip
Show tonight, Colin?
Yeah.
He has to go. He has to go sleep. Let Colin go.
I'm not going nowhere.
You're just gonna watch me sleep. Fuck.
You see, if Colin
Narcolepsy.
leaves, then we're going to never let it down.
What time's your
so.
show?
8.
8?
Or are you talking about the MR or my show?
I'm talking your show.
Because I got the MR first.
What's an MR?
Marriage ref.
Right.
Oh, shit.
Ref.
When's that coming on?
FTMR, that's his motto. Patrice's going to get his tattoo, FTMR.
Fuck the marriage ref.
Yeah.
Marriage ref's coming on in March, and I'm shooting it today.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's a long time.
That is a long time.